All right, we are live and we're a little early. That's okay. Just wait for people to show up. I want to give everybody plenty of time to get in on this. Should be a fun night.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's take a look. All right, 2 people already on. Sweet. You need a lighter. This one right there. Let's make sure this I am up. Up, Robert! You were the first one today, buddy. Glad you could join us tonight. Looking forward to it. In case you have not met, this is the young gentleman, Mr. Joe, a good cigar buddy of mine. He made his review debut with me last month with the Dias de Gloria by AJ Fernandez. Good time.
Wonderful cigar.
I liked it.
And that was a good day for it. Fun time.
Yeah. Hopefully the wind doesn't interfere with the audio too much. Hopefully you guys can hear us so far. The plan is, I said this started at 8:30. We're probably not going to start closer until about 8:40, 8:45 to give enough people as much time as possible to get in, register, submit their fee so we can get everybody's names written down and registered properly so that everybody's points get counted out properly. Oh, man. Wind's blowing out my lighter. What'd you do today?
I worked at my aunt's house and getting the last of the stuff ready to be shipped off. She's got this guy who's driving stuff all the way to Virginia for her. So getting things all packaged up, and it was a nightmare. So he's coming in 2 days early. It's supposed to be Monday, and now he might be coming in tomorrow.
Mm.
So it was rough.
What do you want to start with? I'm starting with cognac myself.
You know what? I've never tried this.
It's good.
So I will. Yeah.
Boucher cognac. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. For sure. All right. Just waiting for more people.
Very nice.
Isn't that good?
That's
I
very
really
good.
like it.
Yeah, that's very good. What about you? Yard work?
No, I was working. Days are pretty light, but after I worked, I did grocery shopping, and I hate doing that. I hate it. I hate grocery shopping, especially now.
I know.
Everybody gives me dirty looks because I don't have a mask, and it's just like, I'll just go stand over there. It's fine. I'm not anywhere near you.
Especially with the keeping count now.
Yeah.
You know, there's so few people in the stores anyway. I don't even think the mask matters that much.
Hey, Robert. All you got to do, the bottom of where the chat box is, there's a little cash symbol. You click on that. The fee to start up is $5. $5 will get you in, and I'll register your name, and we'll keep track every time you score points. Hopefully, you win.
There you go, Robert.
You've been a long-time fan, brother. I appreciate it.
So have they cut the numbers more?
No, actually, they increased them.
They? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So instead of it being 800 every week, it's now 1,000.
Wow.
Something. But they do want us to parcel the breakfast and the lunches together in bags, which is a pain in the ass. I'm not looking forward to it. But.
As opposed to having 2 stations. I wonder what it makes the.
I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is. Good night, though.
The
Great
perfect
night. Fantastic. Yeah. The breeze is a little strong, but besides that, temperature is just perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely great temperature. It feels like 65 degrees out. Lovely. Hey! Danny Kenny. What's up, Danny boy?
Dan?
Are you participating tonight or just being a member of the peanut gallery? Waiting.
Wait for it.
Waiting. No to what? What a vague answer.
No to everything.
No to everything. I'm not a peanut gallery and I'm not participating.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's good of you to check in. I really appreciate it. This is pretty good. This is the one of the farm rolled from Fervada. Really,
nice.
Man, the two that I've had so far from this were outstanding. They send you 4 cigars every month for $20, and it's just like you can use a debit or a credit card. Doesn't matter. Just make so long as it should just say. Let me take a look here. If you click on the cash symbol, Robert, you can use either the super chat or the super. Probably a super chat's probably better, and then you can just drag the bar to $5, buy and send, and it'll just go to the channel. If you don't have a card hooked up with your Google account, you'll have to manually enter that in. But that shouldn't take too long. And there's no rush. We're not even starting until about 8:30, probably not till 8:40 or so. I'm gonna give everybody plenty of time to get everything in order before we start, obviously, so that no misfortunate souls miss out on the early round questions.
Right.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. This isn't a competition for money. This is a competition for cigars. So if we get 10 participants, at least 10, first place is a 4-pack of the My Father Le Bijou 1922 Toros. And then second prize would be a stainless steel Drew Estate cigar case. Very nice item. If we get up to 20 participants, you'll have to take that up with whoever you're trying to trade cigars with. If there's 20 participants, there's a whole box of 10 of the EP Carrillo La Historia Don Elena's, which is the Toro size. And then this would become second place, and then this would become a third place. So if we get more participants, obviously the prizes, the stakes go up, as it were. Kind of like a poker tournament. The more people, the more prizes are out there to be had.
Well said.
Thank you. I need to work on my eloquence. Ooh.
Very good cigar.
Isn't that a good one? I like that one a lot. That's actually Danny Boy's one of his favorites. Is the Oliva Series V.
Very good. Good taste, Dan.
Yeah. Although he's never had the Series V Melania. That's probably my favorite Oliva, for sure.
I don't know if I've had that either.
That's great. If you ever come back to do another trivia with me again, I'll let you have one of those. So that's a good stick.
Sounds good.
This is a nice nutty and creamy one. It doesn't really give you names. It just says, Diadema Cigars in Honduras, Corojo tobacco. Supposed to get leather, earth, nuts, wood, and bread. Okay,
nice.
Cool.
Those are good flavor profiles. When I get that in cigars, especially the bread and the nut is really.
Yeah, I like nuttiness and bread.
Very warm flavors.
Robert, we are in the state of Missouri.
That's right.
Oh, nice. Junebug. My goodness, a little early. Welcome, Jacob. Glad you can join us. Right now, we're in the registration period. All you got to do to register is click on the little cash icon below the text box, the chat box, and click on Super Chat, and it gives you an option of how much to pay. The payment is $5. That'll get you registered for this trivia night. And as soon as we receive notification that it's gone through, we will put your name down as one of the participants so you can start scoring points. We're going to start right around 8:30, maybe 8:40, depending on how many people actually get here. What's up, Stanley? My brother. Glad you could join us. Stanley is a trivia aficionado.
Ah.
Yeah. He is.
All right.
The first time I met him was at a trivia night at a cigar bar called Montrese up in Ferguson. Fun time.
So everybody else needs to watch out.
Yeah. He's the guy to beat.
Stiff
This
competition.
guy right here. How you doing this fine evening, Stanley? So for those of you who don't know, the way you register for this trivia night is there should be a cash icon in the just below the chat box. You click on that and you click on Super Chat, and then it gives you an option of a dollar amount to pay. The dollar amount to pay for registration for this event is $5. That'll go straight to the channel, and that'll get you registered. We'll get a notification as soon as we get your fee sent in, and then we'll enter your name into the registrar, and that way we can enter the points if you score any during this trivia night, which will be starting in about 20 minutes or so.
Sam's joined us now.
Oh, watch out, Sam.
Samuel.
You heard wrong. You clearly didn't listen to the the announcement videos or the numerous social media posts I put
Really, no one
explaining.
In your family did. They just want your money.
$4.99 is fine, Robert. Go right ahead. I'm not going to sweat over a penny. Hey, Stanley Walker is in. All right. Woo. Welcome, Stanley. First ever entry to the Jonose Cigars Trivia Nights.
Good man.
Trivia Night number 1. Hopefully the first of what will be many. I have great hopes for this. Great hopes for this event. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, and his name can be put down as the first enter.
The first enter. Yeah. So for those of you who are wondering how the scoring system is going to work, there's going to be 2 rounds. The first round, they're going to be fairly, I guess, relatively easier questions to answer. Each question will be worth 1 point if you get it right. Robert Blood, you are in. Boom. Robert Blood is in. So for every question you get right in the first round will be worth 1 point. And then in round 2, all the questions will be worth 2 points. The point values will double. There are going to be some questions that will have bonus points available that will have a follow-up question. So if you answer it correctly, we'll give you a chance to answer a follow-up question. And if the thing is, this one is, it's kind of like a Jeopardy daily double. So if you can opt to go for it, and if you get it right, you can wager however many points you actually have at that point to double your score. Or dangerous. you could wager any portion. Let's say you have 4 points. You could wager only 1 point. You could wager 2 points. You could wager 3. You could wager 4. You could wager 0, in which question we'll just pass that. We'll just go on to the next question. Also, anybody who answers a question correctly will get to pick the next category which the question will come from. And there are going to be 4 categories tonight. I'll go ahead and read them off right now. This will not be the only time I read off the categories. First category is famous tobacco quotes. The next category is cigar terminology. The third one is Jonose trivia, which is all about questions regarding this channel. So, hey. And yours truly, of course. And then the last category is famous brands and personalities. Dan Kinney, you're in.
at $4.98. You
$4.98.
stingy guy.
Cheap bastard.
Yeah.
And
just couldn't round it up.
so that last category, famous brands and personalities, famous cigar brands and cigar personalities involved in the cigar industry. So when I say cigar personality, I'm not talking like Michael Jordan or Winston Churchill. Just those are cigar personalities, I guess. I'm talking like cigar makers, cigar manufacturers, that sort of thing. It's all the money he has. I understand that the times are tough right now.
Poor guy.
Times are rough.
This is his milk money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's trading milk for possible cigars.
Your wife's gonna kill you. You did what?
I cannot believe. All right, so we have 3 registered already. That's good. 3 registered, and we're still 13 minutes early. That's good. I'm glad. Come on, Sam, register. Join in on the fun. I think you'll have a blast. Well, a blast. Yeah. You know you want to. All the cool kids are doing it.
Come on, man. You can do it. I know it.
Tilt this camera a little bit more towards you so you get in that frame a little bit. Show off that handsome face of yours.
Yeah.
Whoa, wind.
One day it'll make me money.
It's going to be your moneymaker right there.
That's it.
That face.
Don't ever touch the face.
This face. It's my livelihood. It's my twinkle.
What is that from? Or did you just make that up?
Did not make it up. It's from Seinfeld.
Oh,
Kramer.
okay. That sounds like, okay.
When he turned his apartment into a smoking lounge because there were all these smoking bans in the city that didn't allow people to smoke inside of restaurants. Okay. So he invited everybody to come to his apartment. He turned it into a public smoking lounge. And it like completely destroyed his face because there was like thousands of people in his apartment smoking and he was around all this smoke all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Whoops. That's not good. Everything's fine. Okay. All right. 10 people are participating but have not registered yet. That's okay. There's still time. For those of you who have not heard, to register for this trivia night tonight, which will be starting momentarily, all you have to do is click the cash icon below the chat box. Click on Super Chat, and then it'll give you an option. The fee for today's event is $5. Most people are doing $4.99 because of some technical quirk that's going on with YouTube right now. That's fine. $4.99 is fine. Go right ahead and do that. Or if you're going to be a cheap bastard like a certain Danny Boy has been, you could do $4.98. I'm still not going to shrug too much. Yes, the Enclave is one of my favorite AJ blends. That is a fantastic. I love that blend. The Enclave, fantastic. I prefer the Robusto Vitola. Never actually had the Toro. That's a big Toro, 6.5 by 54 Stanley. That's a pretty hefty Toro. That's almost a double Corona. What's up, Rory? Thank you for joining us, my good sir. Yeah, Stanley, he actually created a new hashtag, the SAGO, Smoke a Good One.
Ah.
I mean, I have been doing Smoke a Good One. He like took it another level. Yes, Stanley, you are registered. You have put in your super chat. You are in the registrar, sir. And Rory, all you got to do is register on the super chat. Click the cash icon below the chat box. Click super chat, and then it'll give you an option to submit the payment. Payment today is $5. For some reason, everybody's suffering from some sort of quirk with the YouTube system right now, and it's only allowing people to do $4.99 for some weird reason. That's fine. $4.99 is fine. Quirk. Very weird. Typical YouTube shenanigans.
They're probably taking a cut.
Oh, they definitely take a cut.
Oh, yeah. That's high rate robbery.
Dan says the answer is Pretty Woman. Haven't asked any questions yet, Dan, but hang in there. We'll get there soon.
Always nice to see enthusiasm right out of the gate.
Jacob, your question, my thoughts on the Micarita and Umbagog. I love them. The Umbagog, and this is a funny thing, I like the Micarita a lot, the regular Micarita. The Umbagog I actually like a little better. And then the Micarita Tricky Traca is out of this world amazing. It's the best of the three. Absolutely fantastic. That's my personal opinion, though. Obviously, that's going to be a preferential thing. Stanley, I am smoking an entry from Farm Rolled, which is a subscription through Pravada. Fantastic smoke. This is a Honduran shade-grown Corojo wrapper. It's awesome. Yeah, Jacob, you cannot go wrong buying like a box of any of those. Those are just absolutely fantastic cigars. I love them. I absolutely love what Steve Saka does. Amazing blender. By all accounts, he's kind of a social anomaly, though. A little bit of a curmudgeon, from what I heard. But he's a genius when it comes to smoking cigars. All right, Justin. Welcome, sir. You are in and registered for tonight's trivia night. Thank you very much. Hey, you got as good a chance as anyone. And this is going to be a fun night. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, Jacob, the Umbagog, actually, that's exactly what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be like a thrifty man's Micarita. And Steve Saka did that on purpose. That's why they don't come in boxes. They come in like paper bundles. It's a much cheaper version of the Micarita, which I kind of like. I think it's cool that he does because I mean, all of Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust's lineup, they're all a little on the expensive side because he makes them in much smaller quantities. And he uses much, much higher quality tobacco than most of what I've seen on the market lately. So, yeah. Honestly, I can't remember the way the Umbagog smells. Hey, Rory, you are in, sir. Put your name on the registrar. You are in. Rory is what I would call a super fan of Jonose Cigars. Man, he is one of the most supportive viewers of Jonose Cigars that I have seen ever in the history of this channel. He's amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah, Umbagog was named after Lake Umbagog, which was a favorite fishing spot, I think, of either Steve Saka or someone involved in the making of the cigar. It was like he would take that cigar to go fishing. That was his fishing cigar. Love this. This is absolutely fantastic. Not to be putting plugs out there for anybody in particular. I just happen to really, really love Pravada Cigar Club a lot. Hence, I do a unboxing video for Pravada Cigar Club every month because they're just so fun. The Farm Rolled was just great that you can add it onto your subscription for no additional shipping, and it's only $20 extra to do Farm Rolled. Wow. So for $50, you'll get 7 cigars. It's a pretty good deal. And these, first of all, Pravada, like at worst, they're going to be hard to get cigars that are well aged. At best, they're going to be like unicorn cigars. Wow. Cigars that you're never going to find anywhere else. You'll probably only be able to get them smoking once. Absolutely incredible experience. Anybody who's a seasoned cigar smoker who's looking for something really special that's not ridiculously expensive, check out Pravada Cigar Club. And if you're going to do it sooner than later because they are going to cap the membership off at 7,500 members. And I think they're getting close to 6,000 at this point. So time is running out. And they've only been around since 2017.
Not long.
No,
they caught on.
It's funny. They've one of the most successful cigar clubs on the market right now. Wow. There's a lot of them. There are so many cigar clubs out there right now.
Only 7,500. That's
yeah.
They'll reach that in no time.
Well, I like that mug too. I actually have one of those mugs in my cabinet right now. I use it just about every day for my morning coffee or morning tea, or evening tea for that matter. So yeah, it's a nice mug if I say so myself. And it's a pretty good quality one too. It's not one of those cheap ones where like the little glaze will start to fade off of it after a while. I've had it for almost a year now, and I've used it most of the time every day, running it through the dishwasher, putting it in the microwave, everything. It holds up very, very well.
I need to get one of those. Get on the old bandwagon.
Yeah, so get up to the Smoke a Good One shop.
Yeah.
Through Teespring, fantastic company, and you can get shirts like this one. Friends, this is all weird because it's like a mirrored image for some reason.
It's a good message though. Friends don't let friends.
Yeah, smoke bad cigars.
Yeah,
that's right.
Bad cigars.
And at the bottom, smoke a good one. Obviously, you always smoke a good one. You never smoke a bad one.
Every time.
Life is too short to smoke bad cigars.
It's a waste of money.
That's right. That's right. Yes, I quite a bit of Irish heritage in my family too, Rory, and that's why I put the green one up there because I think it's a fine color for a hoodie. Maybe a little unconventional. Oh, and there's another. For those of you who don't know, there's a new T-shirt design. I gifted the young gentleman this one tonight for helping me out with this trivia. This one, I think, pretty apropos for the times. Keep calm, smoke a good one. I mean, this is not just for this day and age, but anytime.
Right.
Always keep calm and smoke a good one. Dan, I'm actually drinking Douce cognac, and it's good.
It's very good.
A pretty inexpensive cognac. I think it's $39.99 for this.
And the bottle
is a very
too.
nice bottle. Yeah. Very good. I also have some Jefferson Reserve, which I'll probably crack open on cigar number 2, because cigar number 2 is a little bit more full-bodied. It's a lot more full-bodied, actually. So what is everyone else smoking tonight? It's a fine smoking evening in the Midwest right now, where we are located. Perfect cigar smoking weather, actually. Well, minus the kind of annoying breeze that's coming through.
Which it's died down a little bit.
It's dying down a little bit. I'm hoping that it dies down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Before it gets too much further in.
So Joe, how far does your channel stretch at this point?
Well, it's primarily, obviously, the audience is in the United States primarily, but I actually have people from Russia, from Canada, from Cuba, Dominican Republic, a few in Europe, France, and Britain, and Germany.
Wow.
And nothing in Africa yet. And I think I had one, I think it was from Vietnam. A couple from Vietnam. I found out through a lot of cigar groups on social media, there's quite a few Vietnamese cigar lovers.
Really?
They're pretty numerous, actually.
Maybe one day you'll break into the African market.
Yep. Hey, there is an African tobacco company that is really trying to get some roots going, where they're actually cultivating their own tobacco in Africa.
Wow.
Yeah. I cannot remember the name of it. I'll see if I can look it up when there's an opportunity. But I was watching a hey, Stefano. That's okay.
Boy, Steven.
All right. $4.99 is fine. But yeah, there's an African cigar manufacturing company where they are growing their own tobacco. Wow. They have their own farms, their own factories, and they're trying to get into that market. And I think there's actually going to be a pretty good response once they finally get established agriculturally. Because, I mean, they already use Cameroon wrappers quite a bit, Cameroon tobacco and cigars.
Okay.
But, I have great expectations for that. I like, it's kind of like the wine industry. For a long time, it was all Italy and France.
Right.
No one else really made wines, with the exception of a few like Rieslings or Gewürztraminers from Germany. But it was all just Italian and French wines for the longest time. And now we got South American wines. We obviously have California wines. We have South African wines. You have Ecuadorian wines. We have really the wine industry has just exploded, obviously, for the last 50 years. But the tobacco industry is kind of going that way. It used to be the corner market was in Cuba. That was it. And now it has been expanded to, obviously, places like Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican Republic, Indonesia. Make a lot of Indonesia, Ecuador. And the United States actually is growing quite a bit of good tobacco Connecticut, obviously, and Kentucky, and Florida is really trying to get in to making Florida-grown tobacco now too. Yeah. You know, I have never had Aberlour Scotch. What kind of Scotch is that? Is that a Highland or is that a Speyside? What is that? What kind of Scotch is that, Stanley? Yeah, I was happy to see that they're actually letting people get back on the golf courses. It's kind of a no-brainer. It's like, what do you worry?
They already space them out.
Yeah, it's like you. It's not like you're really close to people when you're golfing anyway. If you are, you're being a dick on the golf course. So it's like
kind of breaking the rules.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad Pennsylvania has at least had some sanity return. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. And I've never had a Balmoral. I need to get into those. I've heard lots of good things about that brand. Yes, Australian wines too. Absolutely. All right, so right now we've got 6 people registered. Only need 4 more. 4 more, and we can start. Come on, guys, get into there. Let's register. Let's get this game going, baby. Be a good night. We get 10 registered contestants. We'll have a good trivia night tonight. It is now 8:33. Hopefully we can start by 8:40, 8:45, something like that. I really don't know how long this is going to go. I don't know. There's going to be 12 questions in the first round, 12 questions in the second round.
It's a Friday night. We can stay up late.
That's right. We got a nice long weekend to look forward to. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Roy. I'm glad you told some bros. Hopefully they show up. Always like spreading the love. Spread the love. Spread the word.
Right.
Got a pretty good ash on it.
Mine's been great. Whole time.
Yeah.
Touched up at one point, but that was it.
Hey, Rye Witt, you are registered, sir. You're now up to 7 contestants. Just 3 more to go. What's the price point on those, Justin? I'd be very interested to get me some of those in the near future.
A cigar that I've been really getting into is Brick House.
Yeah, I've enjoyed Brick. Actually, when I did that the test stream last Monday or last Sunday, was back on Sunday.
Huh?
It was a very impromptu stream. I was just testing this whole format out to make sure it was going to technically work for this trivia night. Before I decided to go ahead and do it, I smoked a Brick House Maduro. It's a very solid smoke. I like that one a lot. I did a written review for that particular cigar, and I was very surprised by how much depth that cigar has.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a Highland Scotch. I love Highland Scotches.
Highland's good.
Yeah, we actually have, in case you feel so inclined, I have Macallan 12 here for later if we ever decide to go with Scotch in the next round of smoke.
The candy Scotch. Very sweet.
It's very good.
It's very good.
Brick House Mighty Mighty, yeah.
Yeah, the Mighty Mighty. That was the first one I smoked.
That was the one I had that I reviewed, I think. I'm pretty sure that was the Vitola I smoked. And it was good. I mean, I was really surprised by how enjoyable it was.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm not saying I don't expect good things to come from J.C. Newman. Obviously I do. But it's one of those cigars that's so cheaply priced. You have low expectations for it.
Yeah.
Because it's so affordable. I always like being pleasantly surprised by cigars that don't cost, $15 and are still really good.
Yeah.
I love Knob Creek, Robert. Really do like it a lot. Although I think my favorite bourbon that's not like an ultra premium like Blanton's or something like that. I think my favorite medium price point bourbon is probably going to be Jefferson Reserve. It's just love that. Really good. But I like them all. I mean, there's very few bourbons that I just don't like.
I'm just starting to get into bourbons, and the Wild Turkey is. I'm enjoying that one a lot.
I like Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of regular Wild Turkey. It's a little coarse.
For some reason, Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
I like
Pair with a cigar, it's a good
I
compliment.
like Elijah Craig a lot.
I've not tried that one yet.
Yeah, I like what's the other one? Evan Williams. Evan Williams is. I know it's a cheap Scotch, and some people think it's Hoosier. It's not. It's a good Scotch or bourbon. I don't care. No, it's not a Scotch. It's a bourbon. It's a very good bourbon. Oh, Jacob is going old school with Cutty Sark, baby. Nice old school blended Scotch. I haven't had Cutty Sark in years.
My brother-in-law has mentioned that a couple of times. I'm gonna have to try that one of these days.
No, he's joking. I thought you were serious, man. I wasn't going to shame you for drinking Cutty Sark.
There's no shame in that.
Was that the Scotch that they brought into prison in Goodfellas, or was that JB? I think it might have been JB. They're kind of the same category of blended Scotch, though. Yeah, I like Brickhouse a lot. We did a yeah, Bullet Bourbon's good. I actually prefer Bullet Rye myself.
That is good.
Yeah, I like Bullet Rye a lot.
I was surprised that I enjoyed it last time I had it, because I had it years ago and it just wasn't. It didn't hit the flavor profile that I was.
You know, it's funny. It depends on what the setting is when you have certain things.
Maybe so,
I think the first few times I had Scotch, it was just the wrong time, and then I finally had Scotch. I think the first Scotch I really enjoyed was Macallan 12.
Same.
At your 21st birthday party, I think.
Yeah, that was
wow, that is.
If I could do it over again.
That's okay. So it's not in the scene I'm thinking of, but yeah, in Goodfellas, Cutty Sark is in Goodfellas at some point when Joe Pesci blows away that poor kid who he already shot in the foot. Yeah,
I'll get you.
Man, Joe Pesci was such a hard ass.
It's on my movie list, Goodfellas. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, San Sin. I actually like drinking stuff like Dr. Pepper is one of the best sodas to pair with cigars. Besides regular Coke and root beer, it's the best. Love Dr. Pepper. It was like a cigar drinker's soda. It's just got that little bit of depth to it. Not to get too highfalutin with soda.
I've heard you talk about that before. I need to try that one of these days.
Yeah, that's right. He was in The Sopranos too. That's right. Spider was the character in Goodfellas who got killed by Joe Pesci. Yeah, Jefferson's a little pricey, Stanley, but I like it. I always have a bottle in the cabinet. Oh, Jacob, when you say, do I like Glenn, do you mean Glenn Morangi or Glenn Livet? Which Glenn are you talking about? Hey, James V, welcome to the trivia night, brother.
James.
Good to see you. You are in. You are contestant number 8. Just need 2 more. Welcome. And I'm not going to stop it at 10. If more people want to get in on this, more power to you. Come right in. We will welcome you with open arms.
That's right.
Glenfiddich. You know, I've never really gotten into Glenfiddich.
Glenfiddich is a very, very good.
Yeah.
It's my brother's and I's one of our favorite scotches.
I like Glenmorangie a lot.
Really?
Yeah. I do like Glenmorangie. It's a very affordable scotch. And they have like sherry finished versions of it that's very good too.
I haven't had that one.
All right, come on, boys. 2 more, and we can get this started. 2 more registered. We can get this going. Yeah, San Sin. My cousin is a manager at a Total Wine here in town, and he is, I mean, just a whiskey aficionado, man. He travels to Kentucky once a year for the company, and he picks out special bourbons, but he also gets a lot of good scotches. And the last time I visited his place, he was showing off his incredible whiskey collection that he's got, and he gave me, I think, like a quarter finger of Blanton's 25 here. That was unbelievably good. It was kind of weird. I'm holding the glass like, oh gosh, don't spill it. But it was, yeah.
That's liquid gold, right?
It was About as close as you're going to get to liquid gold. Oh my gosh, here's the wind. Whoa, settle down. Robert, I'm smoking a Honduran Connecticut-shaped wrapped cigar from Farm Rolled, which is the add-on subscription with the Bravada Cigar Club. Great smoke. I actually don't know who makes it. It's a mystery. Those always sound. They always just have these kind of mystery cigars that come from farms, a little more expensive.
Hey, Kellen.
Hey, Kellen.
Hey, buddy.
All right, you submitted $1.99. The price is actually $5. So maybe you should try again. Add on another 3 or something.
Cheapskate.
Yeah, what
You
the hell?
All trying to undercut you.
Yeah, Farm Roll, man. It's where it's at. Yeah, I always keep a bottle of something from Jefferson. I always keep a bottle around.
Well, we need the funds right now. You know, snap his fingers and
come on.
stuff.
Come on. Hey, lay off on the wind. There you go, Kellen. You're in. All right, we're up to 9. Oh, it's getting close. James likes doers. It's a good one. Oh, you're a gentleman and a scholar, Kellen. That's very sweet of you. It will not be lost on me. I appreciate that. Hey, Anna. All right.
All right.
We have a lady present.
Now we're diversified.
That's right. We are officially inclusive.
That's right.
All right, we have 10. I'm going to give it 7 more minutes in case anybody else wants to join in. But 10 is all we need to get started. But I'm going to wait another 7 minutes. Just give any other people who wish to join in on this a little extra time to come in, and then we'll get started.
I think we should point out that Anna is the first one to give the full buy-in amount.
Well, she's actually not the first. You'll notice further up, quite a few people actually gave the 5. Some people are suffering from this glitch. There's a glitch going on with certain people because of YouTube for whatever stupid reason. And you look up there, yes, like Rye Wit, he was able to give the 5. Yeah. Ripple Effect Rory, he was able to get in. That's awesome. All right, we're at 10. All right, so for those of you who are registered, let me go over the rules real quick again. One more time. At risk of sounding repetitive, but that's okay. There are 4 categories. Famous tobacco quotes. Jonose trivia. Jonose trivia is regarding me and the channel in particular, so those questions are going to be revolved around that. The third one is famous brands and personalities. That is going to be famous cigar brands and cigar personalities. And then the last one is cigar terminology. So the first person to type in the correct answer after I ask the question will be awarded the point. And then that person will be the one who chooses the next category for the question that'll be asked. So that's how we will proceed. And then I think there's going to be a couple of bonus point opportunities where you have the option to double your score if you get the follow-up question correct. And before I ask the question, I'll make sure everyone knows that this is going to be a bonus point question involved. The first 12 questions is going to make up round number 1. Those questions are all going to be worth 1 point each. And then the second round will also have 12 questions. Those questions will be worth 2 points each. So if anybody is well ahead of everybody else after the first round, fear not. You have an opportunity to catch up in round number 2. So don't just, head out because you're like, screw this, I'm losing. You have a chance. You can catch up. And then
never give up.
If there happens to be a tie, I will ask a bonus question between the people who are tied. And then whoever answers that one correctly first will get the bonus point and obviously the first prize. So exciting. Yeah, Stanley, I don't know where Tyler is. I was hoping he'd show up. He's been kind of busy, He's got a relatively new baby. He's not super new. He was born several months ago, but now he's got 2. So speaking from experience, when you get to 2, your life gets very busy all of a sudden. So
I bet.
Yeah.
I do not know what that's like, but one day maybe.
One day
we shall see.
You'll get there, baby. With a face like that,
That's
how
right.
could you never get married?
You never know.
You know? All right, we're going to wait 4 more minutes before we start this off. Tyler's embarrassed about his facial hair. Yeah,
That's right.
that's
See a facial hair
possible.
now?
He grew a beard because,
Did he?
you know, he wasn't doing any of the
Corona.
military stuff for a while. So
good
he was
old
growing.
Corona
I actually
beard.
saw him. We were doing a group stream poker tournament
Oh yeah.
a while ago, and he
That's right.
he had a pretty substantial beard going.
Mm.
Not as good as mine, but
That's right.
you know.
Good things take years to grow.
Mm-hmm. Years and years and years.
That's right.
All right, 3 minutes to start time, guys. We will get going here. Oh, my raptor leaf is suffering from technical difficulties here. Oof. There it goes.
That's a shame.
It was right at the nub here. It's fine. What's everyone else smoking tonight? Besides Stanley, of course. Stanley told me he was smoking a AJ Fernandez Enclave. Fantastic smoke. James, I'm drinking Douce Cognac tonight. It's a great cognac.
Very good.
Very good stuff. Probably switching it to bourbon or scotch for round number 2. We'll see. Just see. Good. All right, we got, 2 minutes? 2 or 3 minutes left? Yeah, 2 minutes left. We can get a few more people in. Come on. More people register here. We got 14 people streaming right now with us, so let's get a few more extras in there. What are you waiting for? It's going to be a fun time.
Right.
It's going to be a fun time.
It's only milk money.
Milk money. Pittance.
Yeah.
Pittance.
Chump change.
Yeah. At this point, first prize is worth well over $30. So
maybe you ought to show them what the prizes are.
Yeah,
Show what the incentive is.
So as of right now, sure, Intemperance, Roma Craft, Rye Wit, it's a good smoke. All right, so first prize at this point is a 4-pack of the My Father Le Bijou 1922. This is one of the cigars that I rated at a 5-puff score. It's a good cigar, and this particular blend did win Cigar of the Year. I think it was 2013, 14. I can't remember when it was, but it scored a 97. That's unreal. So that's first prize. Second prize will be this stainless steel Drew Estate cigar case. It's a nice little item, and you can hold 3 very good sized cigars in that one. Keep them well protected. All right. If we happen to get up to 20, there's going to be an extra box of cigars for first place. Not there yet. Maybe we'll get there. We'll see. All right, just got a little bit more time left. 1 more minute. What's up, Andre?
Hey, Andre.
You playing with us tonight? Thanks for joining us.
Joining the boys.
And the one lady.
That's right. That's
one lady.
Your sister ought to get on this channel.
She should. She was all about like, oh, I'm going to kill the trivia. It's like, it's all going to be cigar themed for the first time anyway. She's like, I don't care.
Is this Kate or Marie?
This is Marie. Marie, my little sister.
That's right.
So, just so you know, I have not fed anyone these questions, except for the young gentleman here.
That's right.
He knows the questions, but he's not participating, so
wouldn't be fair.
He doesn't stand to win anything by knowing the answers to these questions. So, all right, we're right about starting time. There's Steve. Welcome,
hey,
brother.
Hey.
We have 11 now. Awesome. It's okay. We haven't started yet, Andre. You can go ahead and you can join in. Go ahead and enter the super chat of $5. There's a little cash icon below the chat box. Click on there and click on super chat. Enter in the $5 payment. You're in. I'll put your name in the register, and then you can start answering questions. And if you get the answer into the chat box first, after I answer the question or after I ask the question, you'll be awarded the points. So that's how we're doing it.
There you
go. All right. That's Steve, right. What are you smoking tonight, sir? Yeah, no kidding, man. what Stanley is referring to, I have this humidor cabinet which I was able to get this past early fall, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And the Schnucks is a local grocery chain in our area, and they were ceasing all tobacco sales for some dumb reason.
Missing out.
And wouldn't you know, all that their competitor Deerberg's started adding cigar cabinets.
Oh,
So
did they
yeah,
really?
they did as a response to Schnucks.
Good for
Anyway, yeah, you're right. Deerberg's has a humidor cabinet now, but Schnucks, they got rid of all their humidors, and I was able to get mine for next to nothing. It was, I'm not going to mention what I paid for it because it's obscene, low obscene. Okay, this is easily a $1,500 cabinet. I did not pay anywhere close to $1,500. Not even. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to make any more people jealous. Anyway, I've got so many cigars now, it's ridiculous. It's almost becoming a problem.
Addiction.
The problem is I need a bigger cabinet.
Should have bought two.
I should have bought two. They had the double door ones too, but they were a little more like they weren't giving those away for much for such a good discount. Like they wanted to make they wanted me to spend $800 for one of those things. I was like, no, I'll go for the single door and not pay even half that.
Yeah. That's smart.
So yeah, I had a great deal on that one. It's fantastic. Loved it. And once you know, my buddy, the cigar gangster, he also got in on that, and he got one too.
Lucky
so
man.
It was good. And my brother, one of my other brothers, Chris, he actually got one as well.
Did he really? Is he a big cigar smoker?
He's not as big as me, but he likes a good cigar.
Oh.
It's funny because he's redoing his kitchen right now, so he has not had any time to fill that cabinet or set it up in any way yet. But it's a good cabinet. It holds humidity well. It comes with an automatic humidification system in it that circulates the humidity in there with distilled water. It's awesome.
That's a great thing.
Setup.
You get a good cabinet, and you don't have to smoke cigars constantly. You just age them.
Yeah, and that thing, I mean, I have to fill it once a month. With distilled water. Very low maintenance.
Yeah.
It's a great
really
find.
nice.
I was so excited. Yeah. And I was so excited when I got it. I didn't wait for anyone. Like, no one could help me bring it into my basement. So I just brought it into my basement myself. It was hard. It's a big piece. All right. We're going to go ahead and get started.
Here we go.
We got 11 contestants. Good luck to everybody. If anyone wants to join in late, that's fine. If anyone joins now, I'm only going to charge $4. If anyone wants to come in late, come in for $4. You might miss a few questions, but that's why I'm giving you the discount. And if anyone wants to join in round number 2, you can do that too. I'll only charge $2. $2 to get in. You'll have a severe disadvantage. However, I will charge $2 if you come in now. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing that. We'll see. I'm just trying to be as magnanimous as possible for this first trivia night. So here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and start with the category famous tobacco quotes. Famous tobacco quotes. So here's question number 1, worth 1 point. Everybody ready? What famous author stated that he smokes in moderation? That is, only one cigar at a time. First person to type in the correct answer in the text box gets the point. And I'll cap it at like 40 seconds. If no one answers the correct answer within 40 seconds, Stephen Wickmer, you got it. Boy. Mark Twain. Boom. First point goes to Mark Twain. It was not Hemingway, I'm afraid. James and Rye Witt. Good guesses, though. And no, it wasn't Winston Churchill. It was not Ron Swanson. No. It was
Ron Swanson.
All very good choices, but it was Mark Twain.
Churchill is my first guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I ran these questions across with Joe last week, and so I had some feedback as to whether or not these were good questions or not. So it was Mark Twain, also known as Samuel Clemens, the famous author of Huckleberry Finn and The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and other great American classics. So, Stephen Wickmer, you get to choose the next category. You can choose from tobacco quotes again, cigar terminology, Jonose trivia, or famous brands and personalities. So tell me which category you prefer, and we will go to that next question. I'm pretty sure it was not Ron Swanson. He might have said it, but he was certainly not the first one to say it. Okay, quotes. He's sticking with quotes. All right. Question number 2 from famous tobacco quotes. Here we go. Everybody ready? What American general once wrote in a military letter to Congress, "If you can't send money, send tobacco"?
This is a great one.
First person to type in the correct answer will be awarded the points.
Patson. I had a feeling that'd be the first one. That was my first guess.
So far, no correct answer yet. Santa Claus. What a dumbass.
Grant, that's another. Grant was another big cigar smoker.
Still no correct answers yet. All very good choices with the exception of Santa Claus.
Goofball.
Was not Lee. Was not Roosevelt. Was not Grant. It was not MacArthur. And it was not Patton. All those seem like logical choices.
Yep.
They are logical choices, but they are incorrect ultimately so far. I'll give a few more seconds.
Should we give a hint?
It was not Franklin. It was not Schwarzkopf.
Heard of him.
Wow, I think everybody's guessed almost. Not quite. Not Eisenhower. Wow. A lot of good guesses. None of them correct, though. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. The correct answer was George Washington. George Washington. So no one gets the points for that one. It was not Jackson. It was not Sherman. It was not Billy Bob Thornton. Sorry. Sorry. All very good guesses. All right. So Stephen Wickmer, you still have control over the board. Go ahead and pick a new category, sir. If you need a reminder, it's tobacco quotes, cigar terminology, Jonose trivia, or famous brands and personalities. Just waiting on his choice here. I don't think he had the wooden teeth yet. I don't think he had the wooden teeth yet. That was after the war was over that he actually got those. All right, he's going with brands, famous brands and personalities. Here we go. This is worth 1 point again. Everyone ready? What cigar maker? Yes, James, you can actually type in once, more than once. If you happen to guess it, if no one else can guess it, yeah, go right ahead. Type it in. I'm not going to be a stickler for that. All right, so here's the question from famous brands and personalities, worth 1 point. What cigar maker produces such blends as the Hamlet, the Edge, and the Catch 22? First person to type in the correct answer will be awarded the point. We're waiting, waiting, waiting.
We need some waiting music.
Yeah. Raiwitz, correct. Rocky Patel is the correct answer. You have a point,
done.
sir. Well done. Rocky Patel was the cigar maker that does produce the Hamlet, the Edge, and the Catch 22, among other very famous brands. All right, so Raiwit, you have control of the board. You get to pick the next category. Yes, Stephen Wickmer, that is the correct answer. Unfortunately, you were beaten to the punch by Raiwit. He scores the point. So Raiwit, you have control of the board. Which category would you like to go with now?
Oh, repeat?
No, that's not him. That's Stanley.
Oh, I see.
I'm waiting for Raiwit to answer. All right, he's going with Jonose trivia. My man.
Excellent.
All right. All right, this is a pretty easy one. If you follow this channel, this is an easy question. However, you got to answer it first to get the point. All right, here is the question.
Pressure.
What is the slogan for the Jonose Cigar Channel? I'm surprised how long this is taking for people to answer. I'm kind of insulted.
Nice little slag,
Is this
I bet.
Hey, Stephen Kenny gets it. Smoke a good one is the
boy.
correct answer. All right, Stefano, you are on the board, and you have control of the board. So, smoke a good one. A lot of people got it so far. Well, 3 people got it. Thank you, Kellen, for letting me know you know what this.
Eat and drink.
Eat, drink, and be merry. That is not correct, although I do agree with it. Stephen, Stephen Kenny, you have control of the board. Which category would you like to continue with, sir? I'm going to have to start smoking another one. He's going with quotes. All right, this is the last one in this category for this round. So we are going to be doing the last question from cigar quotes, or famous tobacco quotes, rather, in this round. So here we go. Worth 1 point. What famous psychologist said, quote, "Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar," unquote. First person to answer the question correctly in the chat box gets the point. I feel like I'm saying that a lot. I just want to make sure everyone knows how the scoring is going to be going.
It's always good to reiterate.
By the way, I'm not going to be too hung up on the, hey, James V, you are correct. It was Freud.
Well done.
Sigmund Freud is the answer. And yes, Freud is good enough to, Saka. That's great. All right, James V, you are on the board, sir. So it was not Nietzsche. No, sorry, it was not Nietzsche. I don't know if he was a psychologist. He was more of a philosopher of sorts, a nihilist. We are nihilists. We don't care. We don't care, Lebowski. All right, so James V, he's going with quotes. Unfortunately, there are no more quote questions left in this round. You'll have to pick one of the other 3 categories. So, Jacob, to answer your question, I think he was saying that as Sigmund Freud was always saying that people have a fixation on certain things because of some subconscious reality. And so the obvious one here is like, if you like smoking cigars, you're obviously a homosexual or something like that. It's like, no, that's not true. Not true. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. He was a prolific cigar smoker too, by the way. All right, James V is going with Jonose trivia. Good choice. Good choice. It's a phallus. Yeah, like Jacob said. All right, second question from the Jonose trivia category. Here we go. Everyone ready? In what city did Jonose Cigars film its first cigar shop visit?
It's a very good one.
Worth 1 point. This was one of the earliest videos I did.
That was very
See, Stephen Wickmer. Boom, Branson. He was correct. Nice. Branson, Missouri was the correct answer. And I visited a cigar shop called Branson Cigars, wouldn't you know? No, it was not in St. Louis, and it was not the Hill Cigar Company, although I did visit the Hill Cigar Company and film a video there of their humidor, which was it's a great humidor. And I really do hope that they survive this calamity that we are all experiencing right now and can open their doors once again to the delight of all of us here in the area. Indeed. All right, so Stephen Wickmer, you have control of the board. You get to pick the next category for the questions. Whenever you're ready. Brands. He's going with brands. Okay, we're going back to famous brands and personality. Here is the question, still worth 1 point. The question is, what was the special name given to a particular Opus X brand, Opus X blend, rather, produced by Arturo Fuente, which is also the name of a movie starring Andy Garcia? It's a little tricky. A little tricky. If anyone follows Arturo Fuente, which I'm sure most of you must be familiar with Arturo Fuente, right?
He's only mentioned 100 times.
Only 100 times. Exactly 100 times. No more, no less. All right. No one's answered so far. Hey, Jacob, you got it right. It is Lost City. Very well done, sir. Wait, Jacob, have you registered? I'm not sure Jacob has registered. I'm not looking. And hold on, I got to verify if Jacob is registered or not. Looking. Jacob says, I won't answer any more questions. All right, so, well, here's what I'll do. You can go, if you register now, I'll let you have the point. If not, I'll ask a follow-up question and we'll just nix that one. I'll give you some time to make a decision.
There we go.
A good answer, though. You're the only one that got the answer correct.
He was quick.
He was. He knows his Fuente, apparently.
Ah.
Or he knows his Andy Garcia movies. One of the two. Maybe both.
It could be both.
Green Bay. Oh, it was a shot in the dark. Hey, you know. All right, so do you want to register or you just want to pass altogether? Yeah, I smoke a lot of Fuentes myself. Had one last night. Very good. A gift from the cigar gangster himself. It was great. All right, so we're going to move on. Jacob has declined. We are going to move on. So we are just going to stick with brands, since that was the question or the category that we were sticking with before. So here is the new question from famous brands and personalities. Everyone ready? Alan Rubin named his cigar company after his two sons. What is the name of his cigar company? This is still worth 1 point.
Very clever cigar.
Yeah.
Name. It fits very well. Two names go well together.
Stephen Kenny is correct. It is Alec Bradley.
Steve, so close.
So close. The correct answer was Alec Bradley. Those are the names of his sons, Alec and Bradley. No, it was not Pinky and the Brain, and no, it was not Bill Bob. Excellent choices, though, by the way. It was a good guess. So, Stephen Kenny, you have control over the board. You get to pick the next category. As of right now, we have terminology and Jonose trivia still up for grabs. Famous brands and tobacco quotes have all been picked over for this round so far. I think I need a new drink.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna. Do I want to go to bourbon yet, or do I want to have a little bit more cognac? I think I'm gonna do a little more cognac. Good stuff.
I'm gonna switch over.
Steven is going with terminology. All right, here we go. Technical questions. All right, here is the first question. This is a pretty easy one. What is the term used to describe a cigar that measures 7 inches by a 48 ring gauge? Thank you, Andre. Feel free to join us for the next time or anytime later if you choose to. Rye-Wit, you are correct. It is Churchill indeed.
Well done.
Rye-Wit has a second point now. We've got a 3-way tie so far.
Churchill has such a great sound to it,
yeah.
doesn't it?
Steven Wickmer and James V., you are both correct. Unfortunately, Rye-Wit beat you to the punch. He gets awarded the point, and Rye-Wit, you have control over the board. So you go ahead and pick the next category. We still have Jonose terminology and or Jonose trivia and cigar terminology available. So your choice, sir. He's sticking with terminology. All right, here we go. Here's the question. Still worth 1 point. When a cigar burns faster down the center of the rest of the body, it is said to be suffering from what kind of burning error?
I wonder who will get this first.
Thankfully, I don't have that happen to me too often.
Yeah.
It's always annoying when that happens.
Very annoying.
Has happened to me, of course, but no, not uneven burn, not lighting, not vertigo. Vertigo, yeah. Tunneling, you are correct. Oh, no, we got another person who hasn't registered yet. Chuck Huffma. Welcome, first of all. Thank you for joining us. However, I have to ask the question. If you have not registered, you can register now for $5, and I will award you the point. If you do not, you can decline, and then I will have to give the point to Justin Gabe, who also answered the correct answer right after you.
That's fair.
So I will wait to hear from you, Chuck. Are you going to register or are you going to decline?
Come on, Chuck.
You know you want to. All the cool kids are doing it.
That's right. That's right. The prizes are great.
Prizes are great. He's declining. So, Justin Gable, sir, you have a point. You are on the board.
Woo.
Correct answer was tunneling. It was not canoeing. It's another good guess. That is another burning error. But tunneling was the answer I was looking for. So, Rywit. I'm sorry, not Rywit. Justin Gable. Justin Gable, you have control over the board. You have one more question in cigar terminology, or you can go with Jonose trivia. There's one question each in those two categories in this first round so far. Terminology. All right, he's sticking with terminology. Last question in this category. All right. What cigar brand shares its name with a type of cigar cutting device? I know this sounds like cigar brands, but it actually is a terminology question because we're talking about the name of the device,
Right.
in particular. Is what we're looking for. Not a knife. Punch! You are correct!
Well done,
James V.
Attaboy.
He has now got 2 points as well. We got a four-way tie.
Wow.
Four-way tie so far. The correct answer was punch. A lot of you got it right. A Ripple Effect Rory got it. Stephen Wickmer got it. Rywit got it. Stephen Kenny got it. Justin Gable got it. However, James V, you got the question incorrectly.
Well done.
And you got it in first. So you get the point. And you have the last question. So the last question is from Jonose Trivia.
Who will pull ahead?
This is the last question in this particular round. There's going to be a round 2. So
stay tuned.
Don't get antsy yet. All right. Last question for this round. And by the way, this is a bonus point question, okay? So if you get this question correct, whoever gets it correct, you have the opportunity to wager however many points you have at this point. You can double it or wager however many points you have to add to your score. Everybody ready? Question is, what year did Jonose Cigars begin filming cigar reviews on YouTube? What year did it start? James V, you got it. 2017 is correct, James.
And
he pulls ahead. Now, okay, this is when it's going to get interesting now.
My man.
James, you have control over it now. This is basically like a daily double in Jeopardy. You have 3 points currently. How many points do you wish to wager on this follow-up question? You can wager 0, 1, 2, or 3 at this point. So
how much will you
let me know how much you want to wager. It's a huge opportunity for you. He's already the leader.
Yeah.
He could double it and make it 6. Or he could,
0.
He's wagering 0.
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay. He's wagering 0. All right. Well, we'll just bypass that question. Oh, he won. He means 1. He means 1. Okay, he's wagering 1. All right.
Peer pressure.
Nice save. All right, so he's wagering 1 point. All right, so you'll either gain a point if you answer it correctly, or you'll lose a point if you answer it incorrectly. And here's the deal with this one, so that you cannot just Google it or look it up. You have 5 seconds to answer this question. What was the month of 2017 that we started filming reviews? 1, Mississippi. 2, Mississippi. 3, Mississippi. 4, Mississippi. 5, Mississippi. Oh, he misses it.
All right, how about just a good guess?
No, January. It was incorrect. It was June. June of 2017 was the first month that I did it. So, unfortunately, James, you go back down to 2 points.
Oh, well,
2 points.
You really lost nothing. You're just tied again.
Yeah, so
Not
we have currently a 4-way tie between Stephen Kenny, Stephen Wickmer, James V, and Rywit. And then we also have another person with a point right now, Justin Gable. He also has a point. So now I'm going to take a quick break to light my next cigar. And then we will start in round number 2, where the points are double. 2 points each. And there are a couple of, at least there's more than one bonus questions in this particular round. So it's plenty of opportunity for people to catch up. Anybody who hasn't scored a point yet, fear not. Do not despair.
As they say, it is anybody's game.
Still anybody's game. All right, this is going to be another farm-rolled cigar.
How many of those do you have at this point?
Well, this is the fourth one from the last
Okay.
month. So this is the last one from last month's shipments. So,
Okay.
Jacob, thank you, sir, for joining us. Hopefully, we'll see you again in the future. All right. Moving on to round number 2. Same categories, but now there's 3 new questions in each category. And James, you did have the last correct answer, so you get to pick the next category. Your board, sir. Whenever you're ready. Go ahead. Maybe James took a break too, and he's like,
So.
no, he's going with quotes. All right, there we go.
Quotes, good one.
All right, so now the questions are going to get a little tougher, hence the double point values.
Just a little bit.
All right, this is a fun one. What's up, Aaron? Thank you for joining us. We're in round number 2, and as I explained to people earlier, it is not too late to register if you wish. Right now, the registration, if you get into round number 2, is just $3. So just $3 will get you in if you want to. If you don't wish to participate, you just want to watch, just tell me decline, and we'll move on. Let me wait to hear back from Aaron Knight before I'll read the next question. Ah, this one's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like this one. Dickland, no problem. No worries, sir. Thank you for joining us, though. Happy to have you. Okay. James V. and everyone else, here is the first question in round number 2. What famous, start over again. Famous cigar smoker George Burns once said that if he had taken his doctor's advice and quit smoking when he advised me to, I wouldn't have lived to what? He wouldn't have lived to do what? This is a toughie. No, it wasn't live to be 90. That's not incorrect. Although he did live to his 90s, I believe.
Ripe old age.
No. No, I'm going to give everybody a hint. He wasn't able to live. He wouldn't have lived to do. He wasn't able to do something in particular. Be happy. That's probably true, but that's not the question. The answer I'm looking for. You have a few more seconds for people to. Nope, not act. This is a fun answer. Do stand up. Incorrect. No. Not it. All right, I'll give it 10 more seconds. Be on the radio. No, live long and prosper.
That's a good one.
It's a good question. Good guess. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No one got that question. All right, the correct answer was if he had taken his doctor's advice and quit smoking when he advised me to, I wouldn't have lived to go to his funeral. That's awesome. All right, so James V, that's probably one of the toughest questions we've got so far. You still have control of the board. Which category would you like to go with? And no, Anna, it was not Find His Fortune. Good guess, though. All right, he's going with quotes still. All right. Here's the next question from Famous Tobacco Quotes. What famous comic actor said, given the choice between a woman and a cigar, I will always choose the cigar?
Boys are foolish.
Depends.
That's right.
Maybe the choice of women was slim.
Maybe so.
During his time. Stephen Wickmer, you are correct. It is Groucho Marx.
Well done.
Well done indeed. Stephen Wickmer is now pulled ahead with 3 points.
The gangster.
A slim hope. It was not Bob Hope. Good guess, though. Good guess. All right, so Stephen Wickmer, you have control over the board. You get to pick your next category. He's sticking with quotes. Okay. Last one from this particular category. And your question is, going back to Mark Twain, Mark Twain once said that, quote, if heaven has no cigars, what? What did he say after that? Finish the quote. If heaven has no cigars, then what?
This is another fun answer.
It's another fun answer. I'll go to hell. I'm not. James V. Actually, you were close, James V. He didn't say I don't want to go. He actually said more closely, I'm not going to go there. That's correct. So I'm going to give the point to Rywit. He was closer to the actual answer. The actual answer was I shall not go there. Rywit was basically on the point. He didn't say I don't want to go there. Very close, James V. I'm going to give the point to Rywit, though, because that was more in the spirit of what he was saying. All right, so Rywit, you have control of the board. You get to pick the next category. Tobacco quotes is done. It's all done. So you get to one of the other 3 questions is your choice. Just wait for Rywit. He's going with Jonose trivia. All right. Here we go. Next question. It's a bit tough. It's going to be a tough one, but it's worth 2 points. All right, we have a 2-way tie currently between Stephen Wickmer and Rywit, so this is a good one. Aaron Knight, I'm sipping cognac tonight. It's a very good one. All right, so Rywit, your question, and everyone else from Jonose Trivia. What is the only Nat Sherman blend to be reviewed to date on the Jonose Cigar channel? I've only reviewed one Nat Sherman. Which one was it? Was not the Timeless. Good choice, though.
I don't know if I've had the Timeless before.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Waiting, waiting, waiting. Give people some more time here. This is a tough question, after all.
That's why it's worth 2 points.
That's why it's worth 2 points. That's right.
Makes you wonder, what are the 3-point ones like?
It was not the Century. Still waiting, still waiting. This is a tough one. Not that. Stephen Wickmer, you are correct. It was the Ipaka.
Whoa.
Oh, he jumps ahead. 2 points.
Well done.
It has arrived to your score now. You are now in the lead with 6. You have control over the board. Go ahead, sir.
You have to watch out for this,
yeah,
Steve,
Stephen Wickmer. My goodness.
One might say he is mowing down the competition.
Yeah, it's still pretty close between him and Rywit.
True.
All right, so he's going with brands. All right, famous brands and personalities. Boom, boom, boom. This is a bonus question. So a daily double question. So if whoever answers this question correctly gets a chance to double their score with a follow-up question. And I'm just going to forewarn you, the follow-up question might be tough if you're not familiar with Jonose cigars. So just putting that out there. All right, here is the question. Name the cigar maker who was also an accomplished jazz musician whose music is frequently featured in the intro music for Jonose Cigars videos. And Stanley, you were correct. That is the correct. Oh, Rywit, you got it. Boom.
Wow.
Boy, he is keeping pace with Stephen Wickmer. It is indeed Avo Uvizian.
Well done.
And a sad note, his son, Avo Jr., passed away this past month.
Wow.
And he was another great cigar personality. So rest in peace, Avo Jr. But you are correct. Rywit, well done. Avo Avesian is the name of the jazz musician whose music is frequently featured as the intro music for Jonose Cigar's video. So you get to ask, or you get to wager up to 6 points. If you choose to go 0, that's fine. We'll skip it. But let me know how many points you wish to wager. You can wager as many as 6 at this point. You could double your score. Just be forewarned, if you get it incorrectly, that many points get deducted from your score.
Tough call.
It's a toughie. So, Rywit, how much do you want to wager? He's wagering 0.
All right.
Probably a smart choice if you don't know. But I think some people could have gotten this question right. But we'll leave that with B for the time being. All right, so Rywit, you get to pick the next category. I like some of these choices. Some people said sublime. Some people said insane clown posse. No. Terminology. He's going with terminology. Here we go. This is a bit of a controversial question, only because some people kind of have opinions about this particular answer. But just bear with me and listen to the question right. What is the term that is often used to describe cigars that are produced in smaller quantities or with a more tobacco-centric approach to the blending? And just telling everybody right now, it's not small batch. It's not small batch. Different term. And I'm not saying boom, Stephen Wickmer, boutique. Whew, wow. This is getting crazy. Back and forth between him and Rywit. You are correct. It is boutique.
Boy.
Very good. Now, the reason I say this is controversial, a lot of people have strong opinions as to what boutique cigars really are. I just say this is a term that is often used to describe such cigars. So,
keyword.
Stephen Wickmer, you have control over the board. You also have the lead with 8 points. So, your choice of the next category. Waiting. Terminology. Yes, Stanley, I can see your answers. But they are coming in kind of late. I wonder if there's a delay with your feed. I hope that would suck. Yeah. That would suck if that was the case. But yeah, I am seeing your answers. So my apologies if it's gotten into you a little slow. I was kind of hoping that would not happen. All right, so here we go. He picked terminology, so we are going with that category again. Still worth 2 points. What term is used to describe a wrapper leaf that is greenish in color? Worth 2 points. Boom, Rywit! Wow. Back and forth again. He's got it. It is Candela. You are correct. Very well played, sir. Well played indeed. And we have a tie again. Wow. Between Rywit and Stephen Wickmer. Unbelievable. This is awesome. Crazy. All right, so Rywit, you have your choice of the next category. Whenever you are ready, sir. Oop, there goes my ash. Whoopsies. By the way, if you want to switch to bourbon or scotch, I do have ice in this cooler right here.
Oh, okay.
Have at it, if you wish. If you so choose.
Joe, do you have another cigar?
Mm-hmm. I do, but it's not outside.
Okay.
All right. You can have, another for sure. Just sounds good. Let me get to that point. All right, so Rywit is going with Jonose trivia. All right, now this is kind of a tricky one because it deals with a preference of mine. You might know it, and it's probably going to be a guess for anybody because I don't know if I ever put it out as a definitive answer in any of my videos. I have said something about this, but enough for people to make a guess. But this might be a shot in the dark for a lot of people, so sorry in advance. Here's the question. What is my favorite wrapper leaf? I know, kind of a dumb question. This is worth 2 points after all. So it's going to be a little tough.
This is very good. Good.
Still waiting, still waiting. No correct answer yet. Gotten a couple answers, but none of them correct. Still waiting, still waiting. Still waiting. I'm going to put it out there that a few people have put partially correct answers, but not all the way correct.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to mention who's the ones that are doing it correct, but you'll have to specify your answer a little bit more. I don't want to give it away.
So
Still
close,
no one.
though.
People are getting close, but no, not yet. Nope. Still no correct answer yet.
Oh, there's the wind.
There's the wind. Oh. Ooh. Oh, shoot. I blew that off.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Where's the funds? Hey.
Justin Gable, you are correct, sir. It is indeed Connecticut broadleaf, my favorite wrapper leaf. Yes, Connecticut broadleaf, fantastic wrapper leaf, lovely, dark Maduro, sweet, delicious.
Can't go
love
wrong.
it. Connecticut broadleaf, you are correct. So you get the 2 points, sir. Catching up. Justin Gable, well done. You get to pick the next category for the next question. Alabama Hot Pocket. No, incorrect. There was a lot of good guesses, by the way. One person said Connecticut. One person said broadleaf. One person said Pennsylvania broadleaf. All of those very close, but not quite there.
But no cigar.
But no cigar. Indeed. Oh, see what you did there. All right. So Justin Gable picks terminology. So we're going to that category next. All right. Here is the last question, actually, from this particular category. This is a little bit tough, but if you are a cigar lover, you might actually know the answer to this question. It is worth 2 points. What is the Spanish term, which literally translates even, is used to describe a cigar with the traditionally straight body without any tapering on the head or the foot? The word literally means even in Spanish, but it's used to describe cigars that have the traditional, like this one. It's just straight, no tapering on the foot. Boom! Oh, boom! Rywit! He's got it! Hooray-ho! Very good.
He knows his stuff.
He pulls ahead.
Wow.
He is the new leader with 10 points.
Wow.
2 ahead of Stephen Wickmer.
The gangster is getting mowed down now.
Unbelievable. I love some of the answers here. The even though. It's a good guess, but ultimately incorrect. All right, so Rywit, you have control of the board. Terminology is done, so all the questions for that one is gone. Same with tobacco quotes. So you can't choose those two. We still have famous brands and personalities, and one more question from Jonose Trivia. Gangster is getting a drive-by. Ooh, burn.
Well done, Stephen. Well said.
All right, he's going with famous brands. All right, question is, which cigar maker won his first ever Cigar Aficionado Cigar of the Year award in 2019? And I'm looking for the name of the man, not the name of the brand. So the name of the man behind the brand, basically.
Man. The dude, El Hombre.
It's a pretty recent award. Just happened. It was not Emilio Estevez. Sorry, Christopher Daniel. It was a good guess. Good guess. Christopher Daniel, you're not registered, brother. Keeps answering questions.
Nick Jonose.
Was not Jonathan Drew. Good guess, though.
Yeah, I forgot that Nick Jonose likes cigars.
It was not Ernesto Carrillo. Good guess, though. He was the year before, though. He was 2018 with the Encore. EP Carrillo's fantastic. Was not Fabio. Rafael Nodal. It was close. I'm going to give it to Stephen Kenny. He had the right idea. It was Rafael Nodal. I think he meant to say Rafael Nodal. So I'm going to give it to Stephen Kenny. You get the 2 points, sir.
Typing error.
All right, Stephen, to verify that you actually know what you're talking about, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to type in the brand that he's behind so that you know you're not just coming up with something out of nothing. Yeah, Christopher Dan, you've been answering questions like crazy, man. You should have registered. My man, you could have done it. Could have done it. You
Only
could
$5.
have done it.
Only $5.
Toll Brothers, incorrect. No, incorrect. So, Stephen, I'm going to have to do a compromise with you, man. I'm going to give you half of the point value. So you get 1 point for that. You spelled the name Rafael Nodal. It's actually Rafael Nodal, Nodal. So I'm not going to give you the full 2 points. I'm going to give you 1 point. You still have some respectable amount of points, though. But you have control over the board. So you can choose between Jonose Trivia or famous brands and personalities. There is one question from either category. Your pick. I just want to beat James in third.
An admirable thing.
So far, you are in third place, tied with Justin Gable. All right, Steven is going with Jonose Trivia. And by the way, Cedar Matchbox, welcome, by the way. You are correct. It was with Aging Room. Rafael Nodal is the man behind the brand of Aging Room. It was the Aging Room Cuatro Nicaragua that won. In Torpedo. I think they call that one the Maestro.
The Maestro.
Just putting that out there for what it's worth.
There it is.
All right, so Stephen Kenny, you pick Jonose Trivia. Here is the last question from that category. Worth 2 points. Oh. Hold on a second. Oh, yes, this is a bonus point question, by the way. Bonus point question. So anybody who answers this question has an opportunity to double their points. Again, I think this is the last one in this round that has that double opportunity. So here we go. What was the first cigar to receive a 5-puff rating on Jonose Cigars? One of my favorite cigars of all time.
How many do you have in your humidor currently?
Currently, I have 12.
Wow.
A box and a partial box. So far, incorrect. Stephen Wickmer is the Milanio Serie V. You are correct, sir. Oh, this is getting good. We have a tie now.
Wow.
All right, Stephen Wickmer. This is very, very interesting because you have the chance to wager some points. And this is a big opportunity because you can wager up to 10 points here and just run away with it. Or you can just wager a few and really put yourself in a commanding point before this last question. We do have one more question left in this trivia night before we declare a winner. He's wagering 2 points. Okay.
All
Ooh,
right.
this is interesting.
He's got it.
He is putting himself in the spot to be the leader.
That's right.
All right, here is the question. And you only have 10 seconds to answer this question because I don't want anybody to be Googling this
That's right.
to find the answer.
No Googling.
No Googling. So Stephen Wickmer, here is the follow-up question. And only Stephen Wickmer can answer this question. Anyone else, this is not for you. This is for him.
Here we go.
All right. What was the year that the Series V Milanio won Cigar of the Year with Cigar Aficionado? What was the year? 6 seconds. Got an answer. Come on, give me an answer. Oh, so close. He said 2015. It was 2014. Oh, damn.
Close,
Oh,
Steve.
so he goes back down to 8.
Hmm.
Oh, that is a bummer. 1 year off.
But a good guess.
So close. Actually, I think 2015 was when the Les Bijoux, our first prize tonight. That 2015 was the year that this guy won, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure
Perhaps
that's right.
that's what Steve was thinking about.
Maybe he was thinking, but if you go by Price is Right rules, I was closer. Well done, Christopher Randall. You are correct. 1863 by Price is Right rules is closer. Yes, the Les Bijoux, another 5-point winner here on Jonose Cigars. Yes, you are correct, Aaron Knight. That did win Cigar of the Year and was a fine smoke. All right, so we have one question left. Stephen Wickmer, you still have control of the board, and you still have a chance to tie. You still have a chance to tie and then make it to a tiebreaker round if you get this question correct. So
here we go. Pressure's on.
Rywit, you are currently in the lead with 10. Steve Wickmer has 8. Stephen Kenny and Justin Gable are tied in third with 3. And James V is in fourth with 2. He could make it into third.
Good.
And I might just send him a third place prize if someone wins third place too. So, just because I'm so generous. All right, so last question, and this is going to be a tough one. Last question. This is from Famous Brands and Personalities. Who became the master blender for Drew Estate Cigars in 2014? And by the way, this is going to be a bonus. I'm going to throw out a bonus. There's going to be a possibility to double your points just because I'm crazy like that. Stephen Wickmer, Willie Herrera. Boom.
Wow.
He got it.
Attaboy.
He's tied it up. Oh my gosh.
Was not quite expecting
Wow.
that.
Stephen Wickmer, way to come in there. Now this is a bonus question. All right, so you can wager some points right now. You could wager 0. However, if you wager 0, we will have to ask a tiebreaker question to decide who wins. So I'm waiting on your word here, sir. Do you wish to wager a point or no? Christopher Daniel, brother, you should have been playing this trivia night, man. You've been getting a lot of right answers. Just saying. It's a shame you didn't register. Rywit's cheering you on, man. He's like, all right, he's going for 1 point.
Okay.
All right, everybody.
Moment of truth.
Christopher Daniel, don't feed him any questions. He's got to get it by himself. Okay. If anyone feeds him the correct answer before he can answer it, I'm gonna have to ask another question. It's just the way it's gonna be. All right, here is the follow-up question. Steve Wickmer, you got 10 seconds to answer this question. Willie Herrera did become the master blender for Drew Estate in 2014. Who did he actually replace? That is, who was the master blender before him for Drew Estate? I don't doubt that you know the answer, Christopher. I
know this
I've been
one.
very impressed by your knowledge.
Yeah.
Come on, Steve, you can do this. Jonathan Drew. Incorrect. Oh, so he loses a point. Rywit, my man, you have won the 4-pack of the Les Bijoux 1922 by my father in Toro. And Christopher Daniel was correct. It was Steve Saka. Well done, sir. Christopher Daniel, you have got to join us this next trivia night when we do it next month, man. Or maybe I'll do another one later this month. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, so Rywit is our winner. Congratulations, sir.
Well done.
What you're going to need to do is email me, jonoscigars@gmail.com. Then I can get your info and make sure I can get the prize over to you. So email me, jonoscigars@gmail.com. James, we do one next week. Man, hey, maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Never know.
I mean, my schedule's pretty loose these days.
That's right.
I'm not working that many hours as I was
Weekends
before.
are open.
Yeah, so maybe I will. So congratulations, Rywit, winner of the first ever Jonose Cigars trivia. Fantastic. So just send me your info, jonoscigars@gmail.com. We'll get this fantastic prize your way. Stephen Wickmer. Boom. You get the case. And I don't know what I'll do for third place, but third place is actually a tie between Steven and Justin Gable. So, hey, you guys want to do a tiebreaker for third place? Let me know. Actually, James V is still available to take third place if he answers this question correct. Steven says yes. What about you, Justin? You in on this? What about James? James V. Justin, he's down. All right. James,
Sweet.
you in to try to win third place. I don't know what it's going to be. I'll pull something out of my sleeve, but I don't know what it'll be yet. All right. I'll assume that James is going to try, but we'll go ahead and ask another question. Hold on. Got to figure out what this is going to be. Unfortunately, there is no fourth place prize this tonight. I'm sorry. Very sorry. Sorry, Anna. No fourth place for tonight, but there is going to be a third place prize. I just don't know what it's going to be. So, all right, he's down. All right, we got the three guys who are still competing for third place. This is going to be worth 2 points. Whoever gets this question correct will win third place, and I don't know what it will be. I'll make it happen. It'll be something good. Something you'll certainly enjoy at the very least.
Joe's a generous guy.
Yeah. Good game to you too, Rywit. Thank you very much for joining me and joining us all. I'm very happy with the way this went down. So
Yeah, good turnout.
Very, very good. All right, here's the question worth 2 points. What cigar brand has won the most Cigar of the Year awards with Cigar Aficionado? Boom! Stephen Kenny, you were correct. It is indeed Padron.
Wow.
Well done. All right, Stephen Kenny, you win third place. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but you will find it out sooner or later. Oh, Christopher Daniel, very close, but it was Padron.
Cohiba, that is a good guess.
My keyboard autocorrected. That's a bummer.
Oh, man.
Although Cohiba has been on it, I'm pretty sure Cohiba's won it 1 or 2 times. I think Padron has won it 3 different times. Wow, and man, they are almost always on the top 10 list. They have an entry.
Really?
One of their entries is almost always in the top 10, and for sure in the top 25 every year. Now you can debate whether or not that's because of the amount of money they do in advertising with Cigar Aficionado or not.
Yeah.
Or you could simply say they just make damn good cigars, which they do. So
they do.
Yeah. So
they certainly do.
Well, everybody, this has been a really, really fun time. I really appreciate everybody joining in on this. I had a blast. I hope you did too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I'm very happy. And I'm not going to end the live stream right now. I'll hang out with you guys. I still got a lot of cigar left. You want another smoke?
I would love another smoke.
What do you feel like? Something mild, medium, or full?
Medium.
Yeah?
Sounds good.
I'll be right back. You want to veg with them for a second?
Sure. Any John Wayne fans out there? If so, I got a fun little John Wayne quote that I'll throw out. Steven? Hey. All right, anyone who's interested, just for fun, what movie does John Wayne say we're burning daylight? Now, you have to know John Wayne to know this one probably. What John Wayne movie does John Wayne say we're burning daylight? Nope. Good guesses. Now, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is not John Wayne, but a very good Western movie all the same. I'll give it 10 more seconds. I fired out another trivia question, but it's a John Wayne quote. Joe, maybe you know this one. What John Wayne movie? Do you know John Wayne?
Sure, I know John
What
Wayne.
John Wayne movie does he say? Ah, he got it. The Cowboys.
Yeah.
We're burning daylight. That's right.
I'm gonna finally switch over to some bourbon now.
Someone said the Sons of Joe Elder. Well, I appreciate that, but no.
It's Katie Eller.
That's right.
Katie Elder.
My first John Wayne movie was The Sons of Katie Elder.
You were in Sons of Katie Elder? That's amazing.
I know,
realize
right?
You were that old.
You better believe it. The second movie I ever saw of John Wayne was The Cowboys. So it's a very iconic movie for me.
To me, it was True Grit.
True Grit?
True Grit was my first John Wayne movie.
Is it your favorite?
It's up there for sure.
Yeah. It's not one of my favorite. Actually,
you don't like True Grit?
No, I like it. It's just not my favorite. Actually, I think my top three would be top four: El Dorado, Sons of Katie Elder, The Cowboys, and Red River.
I like Rio Bravo.
Rio Bravo is another very good one. I like
Rio Bravo. I like The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, although it's a little bit more of a slow burn.
It is, yeah.
Slow burn, Blazing Saddles, yeah.
Yeah.
John Wayne was in that for sure, wasn't he?
He produced it, that's it.
Hey, Dial In for Murder, Kellen, while not a John Wayne movie, is a fine film. I like that film a lot. By the great Alfred Hitchcock.
He was a fine director.
Isn't Grace Kelly in Dial In for Murder?
I've not seen that movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's good. Hey, Rory, thanks so much for joining us, dude. Have a good night. Smoke a good one, sir.
Always.
Always smoke a good one.
Otherwise, what's the point?
Unforgiven is a fine film, too. I really like Unforgiven. Clint Eastwood knows a thing or two about directing and acting in films. I mean, he's kind of got only one or two speeds in his acting chops, but
and pretty much only one voice.
And only one voice and only one look on his face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Like he's in pain. He's like got back injuries.
Yeah. Tombstone's solid. I like Tombstone a lot. You know what's an underrated Western, and it's more recent? Outlaw Josie Wales. Yes, fantastic film. Love that one. But you know what's an underrated film? Western film, fairly new, 2002.
Okay.
Open Range. Robert Duvall and Kevin Costner.
I need to watch that. It's
good.
It's been on my list for too long.
Michael Gambon plays the villain. He's a good villain too, by the way. Fantastic movie. Really good. Like that one a lot.
You know, speaking of True Grit earlier, I like the new one a lot.
I like the new one a lot too. I think I actually like it better than the.
Yeah, same.
Hateful Eight. Good choice, Anna. You like Hateful Eight? I wasn't crazy about it. Yeah, Open Range is fantastic. I could watch that every month and be fine with it. It's a great film. It's got one Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, who can forget that one?
Yeah.
True cowboy action in that film.
Yeah, sure.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
I was saying the same thing. I just didn't say it.
Yeah, I haven't watched Bone Tomahawk yet. You know what was a pretty good one? What the hell was it? Hostiles with Christian Bale.
Okay.
And Rosamund Pike. Yeah, that's a good film. I like that one a lot.
I've not heard of that one. It's a good cigar, Joe.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's the Guardian of the Farm, the original, by Aganorsa Leaf. That's a brand I have just really been blown away by. Aganorsa Leaf, man. They do some awesome cigars. Really good. Kind of a off the beaten path sort of brand, but really good. Fantastic blends.
Yeah, this is good.
I like that one a lot.
Nice draw.
Bareback Mountain. I haven't heard that. Is that a prequel to Brokeback Mountain?
Oh,
I like
God.
that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Ryewood. I'm inclined to agree with you. I think the new True Grit is better than the old one. Not that I don't like the old one,
Mm-hmm.
but it is just.
The actress was very good in it. I thought
Yes.
she was very
Yeah,
strong.
the one who played Maddie was very.
And I don't know her name. I've never seen her in anything
I
else.
think it's Haley something. I can't. Who knows the name of the actress who played the character Maddie in the new True Grit by the Coen brothers? I actually like Django. I like Django Unchained a lot. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, unless you're talking about the original Django, which is another Western.
Yeah.
But I like both of them. I actually was surprised. Yeah, Hostile with Christian Bale. I was just mentioning that, James. I think that is a really good film. Another one that that's one that I feel like it slipped under the radar. And Christopher Daniel, you are so right. Aganorsa Leaf, a very underrated cigar brand. They make fantastic blends. I was kind of happy that they got some recognition with the JFR Lunatic, because that's a fine cigar too. That made, I think, was number 7, number 8 or something a year or two ago. It's a good blend. And Kellen, you are right. Wolverine is kind of considered a Western. If you're talking about the Wolverine, like the last, or was it Logan? I think it was Logan. I think Logan was more of a Western theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as recent, more recent, not super recent, more recent Westerns, No Country for Old Men.
That's a good,
fantastic movie. It's another one of those movies. I don't care how many times I see it, I still love the hell out of that film. It's so good. Yeah, Logan.
Yeah, it's a good one. Logan was good.
Yeah, it was definitely the darkest of all the Wolverine movies that they did.
Yeah, it was.
But definitely the most. Hey, Chip Shepard, thanks for joining us, brother. You got a cigar bid in? Nice. I use cigar bid relatively frequently. You do get some pretty good deals on there. Hey, Christopher Daniel, you're a gentleman and a scholar, brother. Thank you very much. Smoke a good one. Yeah, Mandalorian's not really a movie; it's a series, but it's got a Western vibe to it. Space Western.
Mm-hmm.
Space Western for sure.
They've done a good job with it.
Yeah, what's your opinion on Mandalorian as a thing? It's ironic because it's like as soon as you get Star Wars out of the hands of George Lucas nowadays, it's better.
Yeah.
Which is terrible, but it's true.
Well, it depends on, I think, when you were first introduced to the original ones. I like the original ones, but
of course, I love the original ones.
Yeah, but I also like the new ones. But I think I was young enough to appreciate it and just stuck with me. But we differ on that.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian, I like it because it has a Star Wars feel to it.
Yeah.
Only minus the lightsabers, but it
there
still
are no lightsabers in it.
It has more of a. I think it has more of a Star Wars feel than the newer movies.
Yeah. Chip Shepard, I actually like the new Magnificent Seven with Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke and Chris Pratt. A good film. I liked it. We saw that. My wife and I saw that in theaters when it came out a while ago. There's something. I have a certain affection for the original one because it's so campy and kind of over the top. Yul Brynner playing a cowboy and everything, but I love Charles Bronson and Steve McQueen. So it's like,
oh yeah, Steve McQueen,
a great duo there. Who would have thought Steve McQueen and Yul Brynner make a good duo? But it works, in my opinion. Cedar Matchbox, you're asking about my watch. This is an eGuard watch. Check out the eGuard Watch Company, spelled E-G-A-R-D. I don't know if it's pronounced eGuard or Agard. I don't know. It's a good company. I was attracted to them because they did a nice response ad to that dumbass Gillette ad that came out a couple years ago. Basically affirming everybody's like, no, not all men suck. Okay, just putting that out there, and they make good watches, and I like this one a lot.
Yeah,
pretty reasonably priced for fairly nice watches. Oh,
Yeah, that Gillette ad. That was something else.
All right, we got a controversial quote coming from Christopher Daniel. He states, "Lord of the Rings is not as good as Star Wars."
Wow.
That's a that's a that's a bold statement, sir.
Can you compare the two?
So are you?
That's tough.
Well, now he's trying to. Okay, so did you mean that Lord of the Rings is better than Star Wars, or is it worse than Star Wars? Oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Because I'm with you now. I definitely think the Lord of the Rings is by far greater than Star Wars, both in the depth of the story, but also in the quality of the films. And that includes the original Star Wars, which I know is a big statement, but it's true. In my opinion, I'm not making these as like, dogmatic statements or anything. I'm just
For the rest of you, you're wrong. Yeah, Lord of the Rings has a lot of depth and typology.
Yes,
mixed in with it.
He created new languages.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of people are like, yeah, well, so did George Lucas. Oh, sure. The languages that meant like Yoto meant I want 50,000, no less. That somehow made sense. Sure.
right. A lot of meaning packed in those few words.
Yeah, I've been hearing about this Lord of the Rings series that's coming out on Amazon. I think it's supposed to be like a prequel series.
I forget now. They were supposed to come out with this, I thought, a couple of years ago, and
well, it's been in the works for a while.
Has it? Okay. Yeah, I forget now what it's supposed to revolve around. Some people talk about it's supposed to be young Aragorn, or
yeah, which I actually think that'd be cool.
That'd be a neat.
There was some fan films made.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube. Basically, it was called The Search for Gollum, and
They did a good job.
I thought it was a pretty good job. They had like Aragorn and Gandalf looking for Gollum once they realized he had escaped Mordor and they were trying to find him. It was a pretty good film.
They did a good job.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. My favorite bourbon, Aaron Knight. Okay, that's a tough question. Maybe you can specify what category. Do you mean like absolutely favorite? Because that would be Blanton's. If you mean like regular production that I can actually get a hold of and not have to win a lottery at a liquor store to get a hold of, I'd probably say Jefferson's. If you're talking about like value as far as stuff that's not that expensive, either Buffalo Trace or Elijah Craig.
I like this one comment, but Star Wars had Princess Leia in a bikini.
In a metal bikini.
that's oof, can't be
hard
easy.
to compete. I never saw Galadriel or Arwen in a elven bikini. That's for sure.
And if they did, it would have been very elegant.
It would have been the most elegant bikini.
Yeah.
Although
you kind of get close when who is it? Arwen wears that one outfit and it's very see through.
It is a sheer outfit, but you don't really see anything.
No,
I think it was an illusion more than anything.
Yeah,
I think you saw what you wanted to see.
That's right. That's right. It was very
elven magic.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a very relative outfit. It's what you see.
Yeah. So yeah, on the subject, Cedar Matchbox of Chewbacca as a character, that was the one redeeming moment in that film Solo, which I thought was a terrible film. I mean, okay, that's probably a little harsh. It was a subpar film.
Yeah.
It
was okay.
Yeah, it was fine. I was okay watching it. But the scene where he actually gets introduced to Chewbacca was fun. I like that scene.
I didn't like how they answered every single question that the fans ever had. Like,
you didn't like that.
I didn't like
that. You didn't like the ruining of the mystery of Solo.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Like even the way he gets his gun, it just is tossed to him, like it's just a trinket. I thought it should have been.
That seemed like kind of a cop out. Like, that's how I got my gun. Oh, someone tossed it to me.
Yeah, because in the original movies, like
kind of lame.
It's like a powerful weapon, you know, and he just gets it offhandedly. It's like a guy's extra gun.
It was an afterthought.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Felt like lazy. It felt like a lazy writing tactic there.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how does he get his gun? Someone tosses him one.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Or how he got his name, Han Solo.
That's good because you're a loner, right?
You're all by yourself.
It works.
Yeah. That was dumb. He should have just like a good John Wayne movie, just walked into a bar or something, already armed.
Give me that gun, partner. That's my gun. So, Chip Shepherd, yes, I actually was going to say Monkey Shoulder as far as blended scotches. That's probably my favorite.
Good one.
I like Monkey Shoulder a lot. Very inexpensive.
Yeah.
Very good quality blended scotch. Definitely. Like it a lot. Justin Gable, thank you, sir. hopefully we'll see you the next time. I don't think trivia is going to be the only time I do live streams though, because live streams are, I think,
Very
beneficial.
interactive.
They're
Yeah.
good. I like it.
Very
I like
good.
having in this day and age of having to do virtual herfs.
Yeah.
This is probably going to be a new norm. Man,
It could be.
that's a good and a bad thing. I always prefer actual herfs.
Right.
You know, because I don't know what's going to happen with my herf this year. Because I always do this big herf.
Yeah.
I've done it for the last 2 years, ever since I've done the channel. Well, I didn't do the first year, but the following 2 years, I did a herf after I got somewhat of a following on YouTube and got a herf going.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to be this year. Maybe I'll just do a smaller herf, less, 10 people, and that's it. So we don't, violate any social gathering standards or anything.
Or maybe we all wear bandanas.
Yeah, that'll be conducive for smoking cigars.
Yeah, that's true. That wouldn't work.
Get like those little N95 masks with a hole in it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Willet is good. I haven't had Hudson Bay. I really, really like Weller. But again, it's an inexpensive bourbon, but it's hard to find. Like, it was at Total Wine near me this past summer, and they were limiting it to 1 bottle per person. You couldn't just buy as much as you wanted.
Another good one is Eagle Rare.
Yeah, Eagle Rare is good. I like Eagle Rare.
Very good one.
Well, Chip, thank you, sir. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it. What can't you find near you, Aaron? What were you talking about? I must have missed something. Yeah, they went in, and I thought, because I had never bought Weller before the first time, and they had like the Magnum bottles, and then they had like I said, yeah, Weller. You're right, Aaron. It's hard. It's a seasonal thing. Like you can get it all the time, I think, in Kentucky, but that's one of the benefits of living in Kentucky and bourbon country, God's country. Yeah, your Cedar Matchbox. You are so right. Kirkland, the Kirkland blend of Scotch and bourbon are both really good. They have their Scotch, I think, is comparable to like Johnny Walker Blue Label. That's very good. I like it. Surprised Johnny Walker hasn't come up in the conversation yet today.
Yeah,
that's another good brand.
It is good.
A little expensive. When you get the good stuff, it's expensive.
But even their low grade is still.
It's not bad.
It's not bad for the price.
That's funny. Something about Scotch versus bourbon. Like, you can have cheap Scotch, but it's going to be shit. A lot of the time, cheap Scotch, unless it's something like Monkey Shoulder, it's just not going to be that good.
Yeah.
But like, you can get cheap bourbon and it's still great. Like, you can get like Weller, for example. It's like I got a $7.50 bottle for like $22. That's nothing.
Wow.
And it's a damn good bourbon.
Another one. It's an Irish whiskey, but Powers.
You keep talking to me about Powers, and I haven't had it.
They just did I tell you this? They rebranded their bottle.
You did. You showed it to me.
So stupid.
Yeah, the original branding on it, the labeling on it was much better.
Yeah, it was just more. I don't know. It just looked great.
Omar says, "Who the hell watches Star Wars? It's all about Spaceballs, babe." Yeah, a lot of people consider Star Wars to be a Western. Yeah. Star Wars can be a Western. Oh yeah, sure. Especially the first one. The first one definitely had a Western vibe about it. Love it. That's probably why it's probably still my favorite of the Star Wars films.
It's such a great one.
Yeah. It's a great film. I don't think originally Star Wars was not meant to be a trilogy.
Really?
Like, it was going to be just a one-off movie, and that was going to be it.
And the first one has that feel to it. It kind of ends.
It does work very well as a standalone movie.
Yeah.
Although it's a little vague at the ending because Darth Vader gets away. He gets away. The arch-villain gets away. So it's like, at any time the arch-villain gets away without being killed,
right,
the story's not resolved yet.
Nope, so it begs for a second and a third.
Ooh, Chip Shepherd, you are right. Redbreast is great. I have not had the 18. I always have the 12 because I'm kind of poor. And I wait for it to go on sale so I can get it for like $55 as opposed to the typical 70. But I love Redbreast. So smooth.
Good stuff.
They had it.
Single
Respect.
Barrel.
Cedar Matchbox, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel. It's a good whiskey.
It is.
I like it. A lot of people shit on Jack Daniel's.
Yeah,
You know,
do.
for whatever reason. I guess they just so many negative connotations attached to it. For
Your
some
average
reason.
bottle's nothing special, I don't think. But
yeah, but I think it's worth drinking sometimes. It's got a good place. There's a time and a place for Jack Daniels.
there is. I think personally, I think Jameson is better for the price.
Maybe.
I've heard a lot of people argue that.
Aaron Knight, thank you, my good sir, for joining us. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night and smoke a good one, buddy. Well, Chip Shepherd, the next time I'm in Southern California, which I've only been to once, I'll be sure to look you up. Be happy to be hooked up with the good stuff with you.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law let me have a glass of the Dalmore 18. That's a damn good scotch.
I've heard you talk about that one.
That was a good experience.
Someday.
Really like that one a lot.
What does that go for a bottle?
It's about $200 a bottle, I think.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't buy the bottle. I just I mooched. I mooched and got a finger of it.
Yeah.
So. Good stuff. I guess I'm gonna have to move on to cigar number 3 because you're still smoking and I'm not. So here's that cutter. Here we go.
Can't have that.
You know, they got a smaller one though, so it's not going to be. We'll match up pretty well.
Yeah.
I've got one of the newer Undercrown. It's one of those petite Coronas that they just released this past year. New size. They're good. I like the Undercrown series. Good blend. The Undercrown, the blend they put together because too many of the factory workers were smoking the Liga Privada line. Like, you guys, you got to stop smoking those Ligas. You got to stop it. We're burning too many of those on the production floor.
Can you smoke while making them?
Yeah, a lot of times they do.
Can you imagine? What a job.
That's a pretty nice job.
Yeah.
There's a good documentary doing a tour of the Padron farm and the Padron factory that they filmed when Jose Orlando Padron was still alive. And he's in it, but Jorge Padron is kind of the guy who's leading the tour with this guy who's visiting it. It's a good watch. Cedar Matchbox. It's a good question. You know, it's funny because I drink by default. There's a local cigar company in our area called Caldi's that I like a lot. And I love their French roast. Love it. With morning coffee, I love a good dark roast cigar, good dark roast coffee with a morning cigar. Because usually in the morning I'm smoking, you know, something, probably a Connecticut Shade or something like that. I don't usually smoke a whole lot of full body stuff in the morning, obviously, but the French roast or Italian roast is a very good cigar pairing for a morning coffee cigar. Love it. I love espresso. Espresso with the cigar. I mean, it's the only problem is you finish the espresso well before you're finished with the cigar, but just get like several cups of espresso.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, isn't that Padron, Chip Shepherd? That Padron documentary is so well done. And the guy who's on the tour with him, he's in heaven. He's just like, oh man, this is so cool. And he gets to smoke like 3 different of like the family reserve cigars at the end in their tasting room, and he gets to try like Famous Grouse 18 Scotch and all these these incredible scotches to go with them at the end. It's like, oh damn it, this guy's got the best job in the world.
You know, Famous Grouse is good. I just got introduced to that. It's very inexpensive. You can get some decent stuff for like $22 a bottle.
Yeah. So like they have the blended version, but then they also have like, you know, the single malts that are good too.
Yeah, but
those are a lot expensive.
Well, true.
Man, I love Jefferson's.
This is very good.
Jefferson's is so good. It's a good bourbon. Jefferson's Reserve. What does
that run a bottle?
This Jefferson Reserve, I'm almost out. It's a 90.2 proof, very old, very small batch, as they say on the bottle. That runs, I think, about $55 if you get a good sale. Oh. Weird. It's been a good evening. It's been a good evening for
been a
smoking.
Great evening. Yeah, the wind finally died down.
Yeah. Just a light breeze at this point now, so it doesn't blow your shit all over the place and ash in your face and stuff like that. Anybody here, now I'm not asking because I do this, because I don't. Does anybody actually inhale their cigars?
Huh.
I have on occasion by mistake,
That's
and
rough.
I didn't mean to. It happened by accident, and it's awful.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hate it. But I know a lot of people who shift from smoking cigarettes and they'll go to cigars just out of habit will inhale, and they're more accustomed to it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I never got into it.
Yeah, I can only do pipe tobacco. I can inhale that.
See, I don't even inhale pipe tobacco either.
Just lightly. I couldn't do it every puff.
I just don't like inhaling in general. I never like that sensation of inhaling, which is why I never took to cigarettes. And for numerous reasons, I just don't do cigarettes because it's just such terrible tobacco. But no, I've never, by choice, inhaled my cigar.
To this day, I've never smoked a cigarette.
Really?
So it's only been
good for you.
Cigars and pipe.
Good for you.
Yeah.
My first smoking experience was a Swisher Sweet.
Huh.
No, that's not true. My first smoking experience was I guess it was a Swisher Sweet. Yeah. The first one I actually bought when I was of legal age was a Black and Mild, though. Stupid choice, I know, but it was. But then shortly thereafter, I bought a pipe.
Nice.
And then I smoked a pipe for a while, and I really liked the pipe a lot.
Pipe is great.
Yeah, and then it wasn't for a while that I actually started getting into cigars, but when I did, it was just no turning back.
What got you into cigars?
It was other people. Yeah, it was other people who, yeah, the Blackbird cigar, the Rio, it's the one you're talking about, Cedar Matchbox. That is a good cigar. I reviewed that one. Now, Chip Shepherd, he's a man of advanced years, relatively speaking, at least compared to us, relatively speaking. And he says he has never taken a drag off a cigarette. Well, good for you, sir. And he was in the military.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's a hard feat.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. But yeah, it was always I meant that in only the best of ways. I have nothing but respect. Nothing but respect. That was not a diss.
That's right.
No, where was I going? It was always people who were into. There was a guy who was a music director at a church nearby that my brother knew because he was another music director, and he invited me to a bunch of stuff. And first time I really, really had a great cigar was, I can't even remember what was it. So my first actual premium cigar was a Romeo and Julieta Reserva. Or not? No, the 1875. It was the 1875.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And that was the one that actually really piqued my interest of like, man, I got to check out more cigars because these are good. And then more and more people just invited me to stuff where they were smoking cigars, and I did it just because everyone else was. I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
What an enrichment to my life this has been.
My first cigar that I ever tried was the Grand Habana Churchill. And they're okay. I tried them years later, and I remember thinking, there's nothing to them.
Yeah.
It's basically just a smoke effect.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was the Romeo and Julietas.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I think Olivas might have been the third cigar that I was introduced to. Yeah. And there's so much there.
Yeah. I like them. San Sid says, I smoked cigarettes until I was stationed in Alaska. Wasn't worth it anymore. Yeah, I can imagine. It's hard to take a smoke break in Alaska. Unless they let you smoke inside. Not likely.
Not likely. Not hardly.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Back in the day when America was still free and you could smoke inside,
yep,
it'd be a little bit easier. Yeah.
It's nice when you have those bars that let you smoke and drink inside.
Yeah. So this couple of years ago, my family and I were vacationing in Lake of the Ozarks, and on the way home, we stopped at a restaurant in a rural area that still allowed smoking inside. There was still a smoking section.
Wow.
And it was weird because I wasn't accustomed. It had been years before people had been allowed to, since people hadn't been allowed to do that.
Sure.
And here, give me a little bit more of that stuff too. And it was just kind of a shock to my system. It was like, oh, people are smoking in here. Is that still a thing? I guess in rural Missouri, it's still a thing. That might have changed since then. This was like 3 years ago. Oh, 4 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, Chip, you're right. Back in the day, the drinking age was 18, and it probably still should be. I mean, if you can vote and you could be drafted, you can join the military.
Yep.
You're considered a legal adult, but you can't buy tobacco.
It doesn't really
What?
make sense.
So you can die for your country.
That's right.
You better not light up, though, you stupid son of a bitch.
That's right.
It's like, what? Those things will kill you.
That's right.
So will being in the military sometimes.
Bullets kill you faster.
A lot faster and a
And
much
it hurts
worse,
more, yeah.
much worse fashion.
Yeah. Boy.
You let me pick my poison.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad, when he was a kid, when he was growing up, and this is back in the 60s, he was a kid of 10 years old, and his dad would send him down to the local tavern, which was 2 blocks away from their house, with a bucket to fill up with beer.
Wow.
And he would just
Good old
put
days.
it on Thomas's tab.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, it's Thomas's kid. Fill up his bucket. He would carry it home, and then at the end of the week, his dad would go down and pay off his tab. Man, back in the day, man,
Boy.
that was good times that I never experienced.
Those were the days. Yeah.
Chip Shepard, that is a good point. He says they
You
should
say?
make the voting 21 and smoking 18.
Hmm.
I think you can make a very strong case for that.
I think if more people in Congress smoked cigars while in session, we'd have fewer problems.
Fewer problems and probably more things got done.
Probably.
At least more productivity in general.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you there. San Sims says, on a military base, everything is considered a government building. You have to smoke like 20 feet away from the government buildings by law, I think. Damn it.
Sucks.
I had to smoke by the dumpsters. How long do you think it'll be before they're like smoking speakeasies?
I wonder.
Yeah, it's like, are you guys smoking in there?
No.
Oh, that's a raid. Yeah, shit, the cops are coming.
Right.
Put out the cigars.
I wasn't smoking.
Well, there was a thing here in the city where it didn't pass, thank God, but it makes me have very bad feelings about what might come later on. This whole notion that you can't even smoke in cigar shops because it's indoors. And it's like, what?
Wow. That seems like a trampoline.
Yeah,
on
that
my
was a
rights.
thing in our city.
That's crazy.
They were trying to pass this motion where you could not smoke even inside a cigar lounge.
I wonder what the argument is for that.
There is no argument for that. The whole idea was they were trying to extend the smoking ban to all indoor locations. Like, you cannot smoke inside, no matter what it is. I mean, it's stupid enough that they had to do that at all.
Yeah.
But it's like, so you can't even smoke in bars.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
That's what people do when they go to bars. They drink and they smoke. That's what they were built for.
Right.
And now, that's what it is. That's what it is. Except we don't have to hide the fact that we're going in there to smoke cigars at this point. But the law that I'm talking about that didn't pass yet, it was shot down. I just know it's going to come up again, though. They couldn't even smoke inside a cigar lounge, which is just so asinine.
What was dumb about that is, you start there, and then who's to stop them from saying you can't smoke in your own home?
The next step is just tobacco is illegal.
Yeah.
Which is idiotic.
Yep.
They're basically trying to do that with the FDA regulations, basically killing any new cigar companies from ever having the opportunity to start a cigar company. And a lot of people are fighting that, though.
Good.
A lot of people are fighting it. Obviously, the cigar industry is fighting it in a big way. That's one of the reasons why I have such an affection for Rocky Patel as a man, because he's such an ambassador for the cigar industry in general, not just for his own brand. I mean, he's a very good ambassador for his own brand, obviously, but he's been very vocal and very ubiquitous in the media, voicing the idiocy involved with trying to hamper an industry like this.
Yeah.
An industry that is primarily, a large contingent of it is family-owned companies. So it's like, why just kill an industry that has been family-owned in such a big way for literally centuries.
Right.
Long time.
Yeah. It's definitely an infringement upon our rights.
Yeah, Sin, if you are friends with a bar owner, you can drink and smoke in the off hours. That is true. But you didn't hear that from me. And Chip says in London, you can't smoke your cigars in the lounge, but you can sample it and then sample another one until it is gone.
I love loopholes.
I love loopholes.
That's great.
Very creative. It does
great.
make for very creative maneuvering to get around it.
You know, I like in the show Blue Bloods when what's the father's name? Frank.
Yeah, Frank.
And he's
Tom
smoking,
Selleck.
Yeah, he's
another great cigar guy.
Oh yeah, he's smoking a cigar on the pier, and
Mhm.
a cop comes by and tells me he's gonna have to put it out.
Like,
He's like,
sir, you can't smoke in this public park.
He's like, well, how about I just let it burn out naturally or
Yeah.
on its own, you know?
And if I have it in my mouth, you know, it'll let it burn out what's in my mouth.
That's right. Another great loophole.
Yeah, but the dumb thing about that scene was he eventually complies and like
I know.
drops it into the Hudson. It's like, oh, come on.
His son
Oh,
pressured
come
him.
on, dude.
Yeah.
His goody two shoes son's like, well, Dad, you're not above the law. It's like,
That's
oh, fuck off.
I know. He's like,
You dumbass.
oh, you're right, son.
Yeah, right.
Chucks up.
I'll compromise my God-given freedom.
That's right. That cigar was only 3/4 of the weight. No, 1/4 of the weight burnt. Still a young cigar.
Sans Sims, like, everybody sit in a circle and puff and pass. We're all sampling this cigar. We're not. We're just sampling.
That's right. That's right. And you've got hookah bars. Aren't those still a thing?
You know, they were a thing. I guess they still exist.
I think they do. You can do that. Can't you do that in restaurants? Some restaurants.
There's some restaurants that have hookah bars. Yeah.
Yeah. So I
I've
wonder
been to
why.
a couple.
I wonder why that's okay and cigars aren't.
I think it's just one of those things that they've overlooked at this point.
Probably.
They haven't gotten around to putting the hammer down on yet.
That's right.
Oh, man, what a world.
Mm.
What a world. That's like new things all the time. Like, this is new, but the last couple of years, you know, there's all these cannabis dispensaries popping up, and everyone seems to be fine with that.
Right. Those are still essential.
Yeah. But like, so they have this app. It's like a cigar shop finder app where you can, you know, you put in like, where's the nearest cigar shop near me?
Oh, that's cool.
You know, it's a nice little app, especially if you're traveling and you're, you know, traveling on business, you want a cigar. Well, Apple like put the kibosh on that app. Like, nope,
oh, wow,
can't have that app. However, there is a cannabis dispensary finder app that's fine. You can still have that app, but
I think fair is fair. If you're gonna have that, you should allow the other.
Yeah. Chip says Tom Selleck is awesome. When I was stationed in Hawaii, my roommate's uncle worked on Magnum PI, and I got to be an extra in 2 episodes. So technically, I'm a TV star. Nice.
Wow, lucky man.
Did you ever meet Tom? The big dude.
He is a
6'4". The hell of a mustache. I could never grow a mustache like that. Some people are gifted with that amazing upper lip where they can grow just like the
He has a
biggest damn mustache.
Just a hell of a mustache.
Yeah.
And I'd say not. I don't know. Maybe I can't say this fully, but not many people can pull off a good. Like white guys cannot pull off a good mustache.
It's hard. It's hard for us white guys to pull off a mustache on its own without looking like a porn star or a pervert. You know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's a child molester.
It's it's unfortunate.
It's kind of the vibe it gives.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, Chip says he did meet Tom Selleck.
Wow.
Nice.
What was that like?
Yeah. Was he as awesome as we all imagine him to be? Did he shake your hand? Did he touch your body?
That's right.
He's a good 6'4", and he is a big guy.
Yeah.
Big guy. Not the sort of guy I ever want to be on the bad side of. Nope. Yeah, because you think about it, there's a lot of personality who are not white who can pull off a mustache just great, easy, without even thinking.
Yeah.
Well, he came to your re-enlistment. That's awesome.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. That's a nice story.
It's quite a thing to hang a hat on.
Yeah. But yeah, Tom Selleck was at my re-enlistment, man. I was like, damn. Wow. And paid for everyone's lunch. Man, he's a cool guy.
That's awesome.
Cool guy.
What a guy.
Yeah.
He for me is right up there with like John Wayne. Just that all American, like style guy.
Another larger than life figure too.
Mhm.
Is just super imposing figure, and
Yep, he fills the room.
yep.
That would have been cool if Tom Selleck and John Wayne had been in a Western movie.
It could have happened, right? They were alive at the
I
same
think they
time at
were.
one point,
Yeah.
right?
Because I think the Duke died in. He died. Was it the 80s?
No, I think it was the 70s.
Wait, what?
Who knows when John Wayne died? I'm
I
not
should
gonna look.
know.
I'm not gonna get on my phone and be a douche to look it up. But
Yeah. For some reason, I want to say he was later than that, but maybe
Yeah.
not.
Chip says it was a Sunday brunch at an expensive beach club. Yeah, it's the way to do it, baby.
Well, you can afford it.
Do you have cigars with him? No, that would have been awesome.
Wow, yeah.
Scratch that on your bucket list.
Yeah.
It's like, I had a cigar with Tom freaking Selleck.
What a thing.
Oh, you both went to USC. That's a cool story, man. I wish I had cool stories
Lucky
like that.
man. Yeah.
I don't have any.
The only
Thank you, Rywit. You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir.
the only cool thing that I can say is I used to have Christmas Eve dinner with Phyllis Schlafly.
Phyllis Schlafly.
Yeah.
She was a pretty old broad.
She was. Yeah, but she was good friends with my great aunt and my grandmother. In fact, my grandmother, they went to school together, and my grandmother used to lace up her boots. And I shouldn't say she used to, but there were a couple occasions where, I guess Phyllis had a loose string and she tied up. But yeah, they were good friends.
Nice.
And pretty cool.
Not a cigar person, though.
No.
I wouldn't think Phyllis Schlafly would be a cigar person.
No. But just as far as people that I've met, that's about as good as it gets so far.
Chip says, I'm old and I've been around the world. I got a million stories, dude. I wish we could hook up. That'd be a fine herf right there.
That'd be a night.
Yeah. San Sim says the base in Hawaii got moved to Alaska right before I got stationed with them. That's a bummer of timing right there. Damn. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to Alaska. I'm going to Hawaii. No, you're going to Alaska. It's like, what?
Dang it.
Well, that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah.
Jeez. How did I get to be the unlucky sucker that had that reality thrown on me? Does anybody go in for the infused cigars? I've never been a big fan of them. And it's not that I'm just diametrically opposed to them. I'm not. It's never done it for me. And I just like the unadulterated tobacco leaf.
Yeah.
It's just me.
I'm
I don't
the
look
same
down
way.
on people who like infused cigars. If you like infused cigars, obviously that's cool. But
Right.
I just like the just give me the pure
naturalism
pure
of it.
leaf. I like to get those natural nuances.
Yeah.
Not going to judge, Chip. I just said I don't look down on people who like the infused cigars. And honestly, if you have it with morning coffee, that makes a lot of sense. Especially the ones I've had them, obviously. And a few like the Dolce Vita I've had. Actually enjoyed that one a lot. San Simsley never got into infused. Mostly smoked Cubans. What's your go-to Cuban, or do you just like to smoke a lot of them? I've had a good number of Cubans myself. And, I wasn't a believer in Cubans until I finally let them age the way they're supposed to. Because after you let them age, they are amazing. They really are great.
Yeah, I smoked one. It was a very strong cigar. It knocked me on my butt. So I'm curious if I had aged it longer.
Well, apparently, from what I've heard, from all the right sources, is if you order Cuban cigars, like you have to order for like Switzerland or Europe or something like that, so he likes Trinidad's. Chip likes Trinidad's. He also takes the Bolivar Royal Coronas. I've never had I've only had one Bolivar, and I honestly can't remember which one it was, and I liked it. I ordered in some Monte Cristo number 2s.
Yeah.
Smoked one not long after it came in. It only had it for like a month or so. I smoked it, was underwhelmed, and then I forgot about the rest. And then like a year later, I pulled another one out, and it was a completely different cigar.
Oh, I'm
just absolutely different experience. Really, really good.
Yeah.
My biggest hang up with Cubans, though, is the performance. Like very erratic burns at times. Not always, but oftentimes it happens. But flavor-wise, really good. If
Yeah.
you let them age, like at least 8 months, probably better to do it like a year.
Wow.
Like I ordered a Cuban sampler. It's almost been a year, so I'll be cracking into those pretty soon.
Wow. A lot of patience.
Yeah, so like the Partagas Series D is a good smoke. Michael Jordan's favorite is the Partagas Lusitania, which is I think a Lancero. Never actually had that one.
You got a good ash going on that one.
Yeah, this is not. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Almost half.
Oh,
there.
damn!
You bumped it.
I jinxed it.
That was almost half the cigar.
The Epicures was the Hoya Epicures. Those are good.
Mm.
The Romeo and Julieta short Churchills. Those are good. I like those a lot. That's one of those that are aging right now. Can't wait to get it back out.
Mm.
Yeah, I haven't had a Cuban punch yet, although I do have one down there, and I'll be looking forward to it. The original Cuban Ramona Jonose, that's one that'll kick your ass. That's a pretty strong,
Really?
full-bodied Cuban cigar. That's a good one. I like it. Yeah, we have been doing this for almost 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Pretty good online stream here. I like this.
Very good.
Good stream. I'd like to thank everybody who took the time out of their day to join us. I'm not saying I'm ending it right now, but I think it's naturally kind of winding down. Yeah, Cuban Davidoffs have always been an intriguing concept to me. Chip, I would love to get a hold of a Cuban Davidoff. Yeah, the Partagas Presidente. It's not one I've had. It's funny. There's a lot of brands that originated in Cuba, and they have like non-Cuban offshoots that I don't think are even really connected to the original Cuban brand, like Punch, Hoya de Monterrey, H. Upman, Romeo and Julieta, Monte Cristo, Cohiba. Never had an authentic Cohiba from Cuba. Had a fake one. Not good. Not good. Very, very dry and kind of harsh tasting. Just not my thing.
Yeah.
There is a contingent of people who are like, so what if it's a counterfeit? Just smoke it. If it's good, it's good. It's like, yeah, but most of the time it's not good. It's just not.
Huh.
I mean, I'm with you. If it's good, it's good. But
sure,
most of the time it's just not. We're getting into June bug season. Seen a couple already tonight, and they're going to come out in full force in about a couple weeks. Little bastards. Chip Shepard says, I think my white whale is a Cuban Davidoff Dom Perignon. Wow, that sounds amazing. What about a Cuban Dom Perignon with a bottle of Dom Perignon? Be a nice night.
Yeah.
Man, this is a perfect weather. Just cannot get over how nice it feels out right now.
Oh, it's just, yeah.
Love it.
Stellar.
I don't know if anyone can hear my fountain going off in the background, but I bought my wife a fountain last year for audible ambiance, and I love it. I don't know if you can pick it up on the audio. I can hear it, obviously. It's
nice
a very
background.
relaxing vibe it puts off.
I miss that about the old house that I lived in. We had this great creek behind our house, and you could hear it from the porch. I mean, we were easily 100 feet away from it.
That's fun.
It was great.
The sound of water is.
Yeah.
So we vacation a lot in Wisconsin, and we vacation both where we are like further away from the water to Lake Michigan, and then we had a couple times where we were vacationing on the water of Lake Michigan. It's so much better when you're on the water. Just the sound of the water all the time is just great. It makes the vacation so much better. Which is why they charge so much more money for renting a vacation spot near the lake.
Yep. Yeah, fire and water are two beautiful sounds.
Yes. Better than earth and wind.
Yeah. Yeah, well, wind is terrible for cigars.
Wind is terrible for cigars. It's the worst.
Yep.
Stan says, I want to try a Behike, but can't bring myself to spend the money on it. I know. They are so expensive.
Hmm.
I love going. I was like, oh, I wonder if they have any good deals. Oh, they're running a sale on Cohiba Behikes. Oh, they're only $35 a piece now.
Oh,
I guess that's a good price.
ouch.
Don't think I'm going to swing for it right now, though.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
But great if you can afford it.
Yeah. Churchill's cigar of choice was the Romeo and Julieta Churchill's. They named that Vitola after Churchill because that's what he's like to smoke the most.
Yeah.
So he was the one that spawned that name. Chip, you are correct. We are in Missouri. We're in the St. Louis area. So that is where we are right now. We get the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
We get the worst summers and the worst winters. It's just, although the springs and the falls are typically pretty nice.
They are.
And maybe it's just because the summers are so shit. It's like, oh, thank God, fall's here.
Yeah.
Or the winters are so terrible. Like, oh, thank God, spring is here.
Yeah.
That's the mode I'm in right now. Spring is here, and it feels like spring.
Was
Oftentimes we'll get like a false spring.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's 70 degrees, and then the next day it's like 89 and 90% humidity. It's like, what the hell just happened?
Well, a couple of nights ago we had a nice fall evening.
We did.
It was chilly.
It was chilly.
Put a coat on and
we could light a fire outside, get a fire going in the fire pit. And
yep, I did that.
have a good night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think my brother still has my fire pit. I got to get it back home. I want so bad to get one of those lifetime sheds, like a 10 by 8 or 10 by 8 shed.
Oh yeah.
Because you can build one of those yourself pretty easy. They're not super expensive. I mean, you have to spend like maybe $900 or so. But then, you can smoke in the wintertime comfortably because you get a space heater in there.
Oh sure.
And keep it nice and toasty. And if it's raining, you could still go in there and smoke.
Yeah.
Because I can't smoke in the house, obviously.
Right.
I have a wife and kids who would not abide by it.
Yeah.
Actually, my oldest daughter would probably be fine with it.
She would be.
She would be.
Yeah.
I have a young daughter who has the makings for a cigar aficionado someday. Obviously, she's a little young.
Yeah.
But eventually,
one day,
I know she'll be a smoking partner with me when she's of age.
That'll be a neat video.
Chip says his favorite ballpark is Kauffman in KC. Kauffman is actually a pretty cool stadium. Of course, I'm certainly biased towards Busch Stadium here in St. Louis. Baseball heaven. Ballpark Village.
That's right.
It's a cool place. Great field.
It is.
Built in 2006. Or 2005. Built in 2005.
Okay.
They won the first World Series in that stadium in 2006, though.
That's right.
Go Cards. Go Blues, man. Go Blues. And I'm really bummed about this hockey season being stalled like this because we're in first place right now.
I know.
We have the second best record in all the NHL.
I don't know what they're going to do.
And it was in the makings for a possible rematch in the Stanley Cup between St. Louis and Boston again, which would have been awesome.
That would have been amazing.
Great. I mean, it still could happen.
Good.
They could rebound the season in the summer. We'd have summer hockey.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
Yeah.
Summer hockey.
That would be really neat.
I'd be okay with it. So long as they can do something to somehow finish the season, even if it's commuted in some way, it's fine. Just give us our hockey back, please.
Yeah.
He says Busch is great, but the bullpen outfield on Saturday night at Kauffman is great. That's I never thought about that. It's kind of weird though. You drive by Kauffman Stadium on the highway when you're leaving Kansas City or entering Kansas City, and it just looks so. It seems so high, like it almost looks like the stadium's going to fall over or something. It's got this. It's like towers over the highway. It's got a weird look to it on the outside, but it is really cool on the inside.
I've never been in there.
I've been in there, but it wasn't during a game.
Okay.
So I didn't get the full experience. So have
you ever traveled for a game?
No. Okay. No. I would love to go to Wrigley for a game.
Yeah.
Cubs game. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Would love to go to Wrigley. That is the oldest existing ballpark in the United States.
Is it really?
Since 1903, I think it was.
Oh, we darn.
1906. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. When was Wrigley built? Was it 1906? It was in the early 1900s.
Have they ever
I mean, they've had to have done
something
to keep it standing, for crying out loud.
Right.
The old Busch Stadium before this new one was built in 1966.
Oh, wow.
And they tore it down in 2004. So, I mean, that's a pretty good run. But for crying out loud, compared to Wrigley, that's nothing.
It's true. Yeah.
Nothing. I'm going to need a little bit more Jeffersons, I think. Whew. We'll wrap this up, I think, once we hit the 3-hour mark. About 15 minutes. It's a pretty good run.
Very good run.
Yeah, I'm happy with this live stream. Thought it went very well. 1914. I was off.
Okay.
Off by a good 8 years. 1914. That's nothing to sneer at.
No.
That's a good, long time.
Good year.
Vintage 1914. Very good year.
Yeah.
Plans this weekend, Joe?
A lot of projects that have to happen. I gotta go to gotta pick up a bunch of furniture from my great aunt's house. I need to finish painting my basement. I need to.
You have a finished basement?
Yeah,
that's nice.
It's
great. Wish I had a finished basement.
Yeah, you'll have to see it sometime. It's I got a great little den set up down there, and then a sectional just came in, but they don't do deliveries right now, so I gotta figure out a way to go pick it up.
That's bum.
Yep.
Wait, did Fenway open in 1912? Really?
Wow.
Is that true? Is Fenway older than Wrigley? Wow. If that's true, I stand corrected a second time. I'm an idiot. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
All good guesses.
I guess. I would suck at trivia, I think.
I'm terrible at
Which is the oldest ballpark? Oh, Wrigley! You're wrong.
Womp, womp, womp. What about you? Any good plans this weekend?
Do as little as possible. I actually I need to mow the lawn.
Me too.
Be the first lawn mowing of the...
This is your first?
First of 2020, yeah.
This will be my third.
Wow. You've got a better lawn than I do, buddy.
I guess so.
You've got one of those nice St. Peter's lawns. I have a city lawn. Doesn't grow as fast.
I guess not.
It's really the front lawn that I need to mow. Back lawn probably can go a little longer.
Oh yeah. Wow. That's interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Fenway was rebuilt in 1934. So technically Wrigley is still the oldest stadium. Chip is golfing in La Quinta tomorrow. Sounds like a good Saturday. Well spent. Obviously some cigars in tow, I would imagine.
Or at least a good mixed drink.
Preferably both.
Yeah. I went golfing once. I did better than I expected. I'm not a golfer.
How many over par did you end up? Did you do the full 18 or just the front 9?
Well, we got cut off.
Okay.
But we did 12 holes, and I was my best one was the last hole we did. I was 1 over, and I don't know what happened, because you look at the rest of them, I didn't even keep track. It was so bad. But the first one, man, I mean, the drive, I just crushed it, and it was awesome.
I haven't been golfing in probably 15 years.
Yeah, that was the first time I had touched a club in probably 5 or 6 years.
I've told you about this before, but when I was in college, one of the elective courses I took was golf.
I did the same thing.
And the golfing instructor was awesome.
Yep.
He had this amazing calming presence where he could get you to do things with the club that I didn't think I was capable of doing. And anytime he was around, I did amazing. And as soon as he would leave and let us play through, I would just fall apart. It was the worst. Like he went with us through the third hole of this one on the last day. He went with us to the first hole, and I was only 3 over par through the first. It wasn't terrible. That's good for me.
Yeah.
And on hole 3, it was a par 3, and we had to hit over water onto a peninsula green. And man, it was like the best tee shot of my life. I landed that ball like 6 feet from the pin. Wow. And he was just like, "Mom, man, that was awesome. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. You clearly know what you're doing." And so we played through, and I ended up like quadruply bogeying. I hit a 5 putt. That's stupid. It was embarrassing. It was like, come back. Come back. I need you as my caddy.
I'm much better on the chipping and the putting, but driving is terrible
Yeah.
for me.
It's just such a mental thing with me. It's just like, oh, I just sliced it. Why is it always sliced?
Yeah. My problem was I couldn't get up in the air. I would like you
Just line it
just
like
line
2
it-
feet off the ground.
Yeah, I mean basically, and it
Come
was
on,
like it would
damn it.
sail and then it would just drop. It was so stupid. But it was fun. We had cigars and we had some good mixed drinks and
Yeah.
just it was
It's a good time,
I
even if
didn't
you
care.
suck.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're with friends, it's fine.
It didn't matter. Yeah,
Yeah, we should go golfing sometime.
that'd be
We
awesome.
should do it.
Yeah, there's a great place out in St. Charles, just like 10 minutes from my house, right off the highway, tucked back there. I forget the name of it, but um, I'm sure there's some place in between. But this place is really cheap. It was like, what was it $25 to play?
It's not bad.
No, it's for most places.
There's a one in U City, Ruth Park. It's pretty cheap too. It's a decent course.
All right.
I don't know if it's open right now though.
We'd
We'd probably have to go further out west.
Yeah.
Anymore right now, anyway.
I know in St. Peter's and St. Charles they've got some places open.
Yeah. Well, you further west you go out,
Yeah.
the more freedom you have.
Yeah, that's true.
Chip says, I've been smoking cigars off and on for a lot of years, but more regularly the past 2 or 3.
Nice.
I like everything from infused to full, but still don't really know how to pick out all these flavor notes. I just know what I like and even smoke things to the nub if I don't really like them, but can't seem to tell all the notes. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't really pick out a lot of the notes in detail unless I'm smoking by myself and actually trying to think about them a lot.
Same.
Unless it's just like really, really obvious.
Right. Yeah.
So last night I was smoking a Davidoff Winston Churchill, the late hour, great smoke. And I wasn't really paying a lot of attention to it, but it was undeniably full of cocoa and cinnamon. Just pick those up without even thinking. It was very, very easy to pick those out.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, it's like I'm not picking up any particularly nuanced notes right now. I'm just smoking.
Right.
I'm just enjoying the cigar. It's always when I'm reviewing a cigar that I actually pick out all those ridiculous sounding flavor notes, like wet cardboard, and I'm getting a little bluegrass.
Yeah, barnyard and white
barnyard.
pepper and all that
barnyard and
stuff.
white pepper are pretty intuitive to me,
I
but like
so.
you can't get stuff like I'm getting like dry cherry.
Yeah.
And I will pick up, and it's not bullshit. I'm not just like putting all these people on. It's like, oh yeah, this one's got a great bourbon barrel oak wood, and I'm getting hints of grassy hay. No, those are real. Those are real, and you really do get them if you sit down and you are just trying to pay attention to what you're picking up.
Yeah.
But I don't pick them up if I'm talking with people, if I'm doing a herf,
right.
I'm socializing. No, I don't really pick up a whole lot of notes either.
Yeah,
it's one of those things you have to really pay attention to pick up the subtleties on. So, yeah,
a lot of life lessons there.
Yeah, he says, if I write a review, I brush my teeth like an hour before and only drink water. Even then, I still only get the main flavors. Yeah, that's a lot of truth to that. And I will tell you this, if I'm doing a review, I just do not try to review more than one cigar in a day, because even with a mild cigar, if I smoke a mild cigar in the morning, I can review that. And then later in the evening, like maybe like 8 or 9 o'clock, I can review a more full-bodied cigar and pick out more nuances then. But my palate just gets affected by if I smoke anything within 24 hours or 12 hours or whatever. It's really hard because other things are in there interfering with it.
Very true.
You ask a good question, Chip. I used to be all for the big ring gauges. I loved them. I loved the way they felt. I loved the huge smoke out you would get from them. But I've actually really started to get into Coronas lately. No pun intended. Coronas are great. I mean, you get a lot of really intricate flavor nuances with them when you're sitting down and paying attention to them. And you tend to have fewer burn issues with those thinner ring gauges than you do those 60 ring gauge sticks.
Sure.
A lot. I mean, I've had ones that perform well, and those are great when that happens. But I tend to stay away from them more often than not anymore, just because I tend to get more flavor depth out of the smaller ring gauges now. It's weird. I think my favorite ring gauge as of right now is probably 48, maybe 50. But those 46 ring gauge Coronas, but there's something special about them. I like them a lot. And since you're right, yeah, the thinner ring gauges, you do tend to get more sweetness because you get more of the flavor nuances from the wrapper leaf. But that's only if the wrapper leaf is sweeter. So if you get like Habano wrap, a lot of Habano wrappers aren't particularly sweet. So you don't necessarily get the sweetness off of it. But you will get, because of the thinner ring gauge, more of the wrapper nuances for sure. Yeah, and torpedoes are cool. I like torpedoes. I like a good Salomon or a Figurado where the tapered at both ends.
Mm.
It just makes for different transitions, especially in that first third, because you get different flavor notes when it's real thin still at the foot, and then when it finally blooms to get to the bigger ring gauge, when it gets further into the body, you get different transitions, which is always fun. I like a good Salomon though. They're fun. I got a box of Man o' War Warhorse, Ruination Warhorses, which is this enormous Salomon. I think it's like at the thickest point, which is closer to the foot, it's like a 64 ring gauge. Yeah, the Melania Series V Figurado. Fantastic. My wife got me one of those. That was the first time I had it. She got me one of those for Father's Day and a couple others. And that one was, it just blew me away. That was the first true full body cigar I ever had, where it was just, that's what got me hooked.
Nice.
With full body cigars. All right, well, I'm about done to the nub here. I think you are too.
Yep. Oh yeah.
All right. Gentlemen, it's been real. It's been fun, and it's been real fun. I really appreciate everybody joining me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Man o' War Armadas, those are great.
Those are good.
And you do not have to pay $20 a stick, which is the MSRP on those. You can wait and get a good deal, especially in samplers. You can get them for way less than that.
True.
So yeah, great sticks. Anyway, thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, Joe, for joining me.
Thank you for having me,
Joe. A lot
Joe.
of fun. We'll do it again.
Sounds good.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Great.
Hope everybody had a great time. I know I did. Awesome
Same.
time. Great hanging out with everybody. Hope you enjoyed the trivia. Hope you'll join us for the next trivia and any other live streams I do. Check out the Jonose Cigars YouTube page and check me out on Instagram, on Facebook, Spirited Smoke. If anyone's on Spirited Smoke, I do post a lot of reviews there. Have a good night. Smoke a good one, everybody.